Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever this finds you, whenever this finds you. Today, we are carrying on with our ongoing quarantine campaign, playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through the classic 2013 adventure Legacy of the Crystal Shard. And with me today are the Quarantine Crusaders themselves, the stars of the Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently? Because I see Lex has got even more hit points than he had yesterday. First up is Mo.
Hi, I'm Mo. I'm playing Thomas Branner, a level 5 fighter, and you'll have to forgive me. I need to have an injection.
Okay.
I'm calling from the hospital, by the way.
Next up is Dave.
Hey everybody, I am Dave, and I am your resident armor smith and jewelry maker, and today I am playing Lex Wiltshire. He is a 5th level ranger of Myliki, and yeah, he's at 58 points now.
Nice. And last but not least is John.
Hey everyone, I am John. I'm playing Falcorel Hawkfriend. He's a 4th level ranger, falconer, and a 4th level specialty priest of Solinar.
Awesome. So then, guys, last session was a little bit of fighting, a little bit of role play. What happened last time?
Let's see, the battle started when we were going up the switchbacks towards the fort. We
So was
ambushed
it at the Dale Drop. You mean
Yes.
northern end of the Dwarven Valley?
Correct.
Hmm.
And we attempted to ambush 4 Veerbogs or Veerbogs.
They
Small
were
giants.
Verbeeg.
Verbeeks. We took them down fairly quickly. We only lost 1 dwarf in the encounter, unfortunately. And we spent some time fortifying the gate to prevent an army of giants and Rhaegar tribesmen of the Bear tribe from coming into the Dwarven Valley. And then Solinar granted Falcorel a vision and a boon, which we proceeded to pull a Mulan and avalanche the entire army.
Mm. That was your god Solinar, right?
Yes, that was my god.
Mm.
And at that point, as we were watching over the smooth snow of the avalanche, there came a huge gargantuan dragon upon which a white witch rode and terrified the lot of us. But Tom stood firm. At that point, we decided best to go back and talk to Mr. Silverstream and let him know what's going on.
Nice.
Roughly
Okay.
my take on it.
Excellent. Yeah. Then I think that's an admirable summary. So I think that our session will pick up, guys, or we'll open with you guys. We see the 3 of you riding along on your riding rams that were gifted to you from the Dane. Excuse me. My goodness. Ugh, I should have had that coffee earlier. Riding along, making your way down towards the entrance near Brunor's climb into the Dwarven settlement. So making your way along, it's just yourselves, the rest of your dwarven sort of cohort was left at the Dale Drop to help dig out some of the snow and then to fortify the defenses there, to work on rebuilding that one tower that was damaged in the assault. So it gave you guys, or this gives you guys an opportunity to talk about what you will be doing next. I know there was some talk of that yesterday as well too, but what are we thinking of doing today, guys? And if it helps, let me bring you to the Icewind Dale, the larger Icewind Dale map here.
Well, I think we had a discussion about whether to try and sort out some of the political stuff, or just go to the Dark Tower and deal with the source. I think one of the ideas was to go along the lake.
So hold on, let's just, because one of those I don't think is realistically possible. How would you foresee getting to that Dark Tower?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we were going to head north.
Yeah, like, I agree that definitely is a goal in mind. It's just I don't think that's something that you guys know how to get to yet.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the options was to go via Caer Dineval, Caer Koenig, and then move up into the.
Well, remember that the where the tower was seen in those visions is in the sea was it Sea of Shifting Ice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's way into the north, into like an Arctic Sea. So finding that in the middle of nowhere, you know, that unless you've got some way of finding it or being led to that, I'm not sure that's a practical goal. Now, that's not to say that that's not a good goal to work towards, guys. It's just that, you know, if that's what you want to work, then you need to figure out a plan of how to figure out how to get there.
The other angle is we need allies, and while we've helped the dwarves get their stuff together, and we can count on them for whatever, you know, final confrontation there might be against the White Witch's forces, the 10 towns are in disarray and under the sway of Luskin, and that might be something that we need to work on right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Caer Koenig and Caer Dineval on Lac Dineshire might be a good place to go.
Yeah,
just to see what's happening.
Because we know
very little. We've got very little intel on what's going on outside the Dwarven Valley because we've been here a while.
Yeah.
Other than we know that the I don't know, the Luskan faction, shall we call them, have sort of more or less taken over. He's trying to look at the map.
Bryn Shander?
Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
And we really have no idea what's happened.
So yeah, I think us going out and tracking down where the black ice went and see what the local goings on is would be a good place to start.
Well, we could possibly combine that because we know that while they were being traded via the, I presume, Lac Dineshire is the closest place.
Yeah.
I think Kev, said that during the winter, the lakes are probably the best way of transporting.
Yeah, because in the summertime,
walk overland.
Yeah, like even in the summer, it's not easy going to go across. There, you can travel overland between the different. Like you see, there's a road that leads north past from the east way, going towards Caer Dineval and Caer Koenig, and then through the Icewind Pass. But in the wintertime, that's fairly difficult to navigate because there's very few people who actually make use of that. Those that do keep using the lake until it freezes, and then just wait. You know, generally there's not a lot of travel in the Icewind Dale in the winter because, you know, yetis, winter wolves, and other horrible shit that waits for you out in the winter in the snows.
So what I was thinking is once we talk to Silverstream, we just make our way to Bryn Shander, do a little bit of reconnaissance on like what's going on, what the rumors are, and then make our way to here, East Haven, do this similar amount of stuff, and if nothing catches our eyes, we make the lake for these other two towns because we know the black ice went here.
But the leaders of the 10 towns is in Bryn Shander, and if that leader is Luskin held, we might have more work to do in Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Well, we also have to remember that we killed the Luskin bitch, and I don't know if Baka had talked about us or if the Luskin affiliates know, but
I just don't think it's going to be just easy to go over here and like resolve the issue, because if Luskin's involved, I'm sure they have other backings in other towns that are going to give them some kind of political strength.
Yeah, I think Bryn Shander's their headquarters, and if we rock up the gates, they're going to be they wanted men, grab them. I think maybe scouting out another smaller town first.
It might be an option.
Might be safer.
What is it? Targos might be the closest one we could do if we wanted to avoid Bryn Shander.
Kev, on this map, where is the exit from the Dwarven Valley?
It's the southern end there, or the what is this? Yeah, right around here.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well then, Turbulane looks like a possibility.
Yeah, but we'd have to go overland for that, and we could get lost.
Okay.
Well, we exited Dwarven Valley. We're already partway to Bryn Shander. We might as well start there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just know there's actual roads here that do see some travel, but not a lot. We should probably stick to those unless, an emergency.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a plan. So Thomas really wants to speak to the Dane, maybe have a day or possibly 2 days in a nice warm bath, and then resupply and set out.
Okay. So then let's we cut to you guys.
That's assuming there's no travellers who want to go to Bryn Shander at this time of year, because presumably there are no dwarven.
No, yeah, this time of year, it's unlikely. I mean, there may be some who aren't, in light of the sort of not civil war, but the civil conflict between the two houses of the Dwarven Valley. There may be some who are uncomfortable, but I'm not sure that anyone would be willing to, go out in the cold. They're going to wait and see how things go and see how vengeful Dane Silverstream is.
Maybe the Dane will have us escort our friend back to the 10 towns. Friend.
Oh, the trader. No, she's definitely overnighting. Yeah, she's going to over.
Not the trader, that snivelly dude who was there to tell us that the 10 towns own the
Griff.
Dwarven
Yeah.
Valley?
Yeah.
I think Griff's a prisoner. The other option is our friend, the sort of pro Dane Silverstream merchant. Does he have any high value items he wants transporting, or maybe a high value person?
Sure. I mean, Von and Ruby, you mean?
Well, I was going to ask him, but
yeah,
having a cover of something like that is a bit better than turning up on our own. But I am a bit worried that our names are on pieces of paper at the gates with a reward.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they most certainly are.
Okay.
All right. So let's do this, guys. We're going to cut to you guys arriving. We'll go back to the Dwarven Valley here, and you guys arriving back at the gates leading into the community. And as you guys
take a 30-second comfort break, please.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see you back in a moment there, Mo. So what you guys see as you go riding up to the gates of the Dwarven settlement is the same sort of wide entrance that you've seen before. I'm picturing that there is probably Jabba style. There's some big doors, but there's also a smaller door that'll open within those big doors to let you just 1 or 2 travelers in, as opposed to having to open the whole gates and whatever. So the door opens and lets you guys inside. You come trotting in with your rams. They're taken to the stables near the entrance in order to be groomed and whatever else. You'll be able to pick them up on your way out, so you don't need to worry about losing your ram mounts. And they will replace Tom's ram as well, too. We can tell him that when he gets back. And is your plan to just have your, meet with the Dane and then otherwise take a day to rest? And if there's anything else you want to pick up in town, I think you can get a 10% discount on anything that you want to pick up as well. I'm not sure how much money you guys have left over, but
I've got 500 and some gold pieces. I could buy some good stuff. I'll probably just re-up on arrows. So
I think healing potions are 200, aren't they?
Yeah, I've got 2 on me.
Okay.
And I can cast healing spells. So,
Okay.
Lex, how's your funds?
I've got 1 healing potion and I've got some gold, so I'll actually buy a healing potion.
Sure. Because I think they're 200, which means you can get them for 180. Let me check I think I might have dropped the cost of them in the last house rolls, if I remember correctly. Let's see. These are older ones. I haven't even set up my printer since the move because I haven't had to print anything.
So knowing that we're going to be traveling in the coldest of winter, I'm going to be using 3 slots to prepare endure cold for all 3 of us. So if it gets really bad, I'll cast it.
Yep.
But that's like if it drops below -30.
Okay.
So
is the most recent version of the house rules draft 5?
I think it's draft 6.
6?
6-1.
Okay, so hold on, I gotta get to
6_1 is a newest.
Okay, I need to update the pinned message in there we go. in Legacy of Crystal Shard. Sorry, guys.
Potions. Potions of healing can be secured from local priests or alchemists for roughly 200 gold per potion.
Nice. Okay.
Deals for buying in bulk.
Okay.
How much is bulk?
Bulk would be 10 or more.
Potion of negation, which removes poison from the Imbibber system, can be secured for 300. And cure disease for 375. As per Kevin Madison.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so then what you can do as well is assume there's a 10% discount on all of those because of your cost. And what I'll do is I'll give you an extra 10% off for bulks of 5. So if you got for 1,000, it would cost you, for 5 of them for 1,000, it would cost you 800 gold.
Okay. Well, I've got, 500 I could chip in towards that.
I got 220.
Okay.
See what our Tom has. Tom, you got any coin?
Oh.
We're looking to buy some potions en masse in bulk.
Right. Let me check my character sheet.
Yeah, if you got about 100, we can get 5 because all of our pooled money.
I suspect I've probably been spending all mine on armor upgrades, but
well, your most recent armor was a gift.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right? Excuse me.
Actually, I'm afraid my
You're skint.
No, I keep track of his stuff on a spreadsheet on my personal computer at home.
Oh, okay.
I've got here 2 platinum pieces and 66 copper pieces.
Okay.
We didn't get anything when we came back from Dale Drop.
You did not know. So
Okay.
it would have been whatever was there. Wait, does it say in party loot what you guys each have? No, it doesn't.
I try to keep that updated. Let's see.
Yeah.
At the very bottom, we have. Nope, we've already tented it
I
out.
think, yeah, everything's been. Well, I think I'm.
Well, I've got 2 platinum pieces, put it that way.
So, I have 10 gold. That's about the equivalent of about $100. So you can get a couple of beers. Sounds good.
So it's like we're all at the liquor store and we're about to buy something, and Tom's like, "Yeah, I got a $5 bill."
Yeah.
Like, dude, you do this all the time.
Oh.
You never chip in.
Hey, Tom, are you carrying any healing potions?
No, I think we discussed this last time. I think
Okay.
we were all used out.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and buy 2 for 400, and I'll give 1 to Tom and 1 to Lex.
No, that would be 2 for 360.
Oh, 360. Yes.
Yeah, you're still going to get 10% discount. It's just if you buy in bulks of 5, you'll get another 10% off.
Valkyrie, I don't need it. I already just bought one, so I'm.
Okay, well, I'll give both of them to Tom then. That'll leave
Okay.
me with
Yeah, I have
78.
Okay.
I'm 2 gold short of being able to buy another one, but I'm going to keep some pocket change.
Okay. All right. So you guys engage in a little bit of commerce. You have been supplied with the warmer weather clothing too. You've got your what I said before, when you stepped away, Mo, is that Tom is going to get another ram as well too. So you got another battle ram. And
Charles too.
yeah, Charles too, exactly. Okay, so it's not long. What you find is that in your absence, it seems as if there's more dwarves wandering around Dane Silverstream's court dressed in armor than there were before. It seems as if the dwarves sort of know that battle is coming, or war is coming to them. And it seems a little more like when you saw his court before, it was busy, but it didn't seem like he was quite as in demand as what he is now. And when he finally has time to see you guys are brought in, and it's just himself and some of his leaders. So he, what word did you guys send before you rode back? Because Asshole would get here faster than what the rest of you guys would.
I basically told him that Solinar blessed us and we caused an avalanche to stop the army, and then a dragon appeared with what looked like a white witch and flew off.
Okay.
like a show of force.
Okay. So you guys are brought in, and you can see the Dane is actually dressed in armor, which is something you haven't seen before. He's dressed in. I'm trying to think if you would have. No, you would have seen that when he arrived from traveling from the other side of the valley. So he looks at you all and says, "Oh, let me just get our reminder of what Dane Silverstream looks like here. Handouts. Let's put him in. Oop, hold on. Oh, you son of a gun. Come on. There we go. Sort A to Z. There's the Dane. So, Silverstream and his cohorts, and Von Bin is actually with him as well in here. It seems as if Von Bin has become one of his trusted advisors. Whether that was the case before he left is, I guess, a matter to be determined. But Dane, as you guys come in, he says, "Welcome, my friends. You've returned again. Once again successful against the foes of the dwarves. And once again, we find ourselves in your debt. And thank you." And so he shakes out each of your hands. Just tell me, we got word from your bird, Falcarel.
Indeed.
But tell me what you've experienced.
Well, I did mention the dragon. It doesn't appear to be a living thing. It looks like foul necromancy has risen a dragon from the dead, and what I take it to be the witch rode on his back. I almost feel her eyes on me now, but
A dragon brought back from death, you say?
indeed,
Is such a thing possible, even?
that's beyond my knowledge. But it definitely had the look of the dead.
Thomas, I think that you've because you're from further south. I think you're from Tethir, right?
Yeah, it's one of the southern towns.
Yeah. So Tethir is actually basically it's a country that collapsed into squabbling nobles and things like that. It's a land rife with intrigue and assassination and shit like that. But the reason I ask about that is because I believe within Tethir, you've heard about a dark cult that is said to have influence over some of the different noble houses down there. And they are said to have necromantic rituals that bring dragons back from the afterlife. And then they act as advisors and enforcers for this cult. So that's otherwise, I mean, the dragons being the sort of primal magical creatures that they are, it's not really that, it's not the way that, that the ghouls and zombies and things like that, those can bedevil any community. But undead dragons really is an extreme outlier, for there to be ghost dragons or zombie dragons or anything like that. So this is something that Silverstream's never heard of before, and I think, Tom, the only time you've ever heard of anything like this, because of where you come from, would have been this cult active on the Sword Coast and down in Tethir.
Okay, I'll expound that information to the Dane and Von Ben Ruby Eye.
So Lloyd says, "Well, do you mean that this group could be here too? Or is this more of that?"
The Luskan, what we'll call the Luskan group.
Is
Possibly.
that what you've heard? That they are in league with them? That's not necessarily what you've... I guess Tom doesn't really know much about, apart from what Storr has told him, doesn't really know anything about Luskan. So whether the Arcane Brotherhood, that magical group that rules Luskan and its ships, you're not aware of any connections with the cult and that, but... Strange. Then, if we cannot credit the Luskans with this, then that one that called himself Kessel, is it him again then?
When Kessel spoke, did we get a hint of a Tetherian or a southern accent? Or was
No.
he too busy doing the whole, ooh, I'm an evil necromancer?
What you guys have heard in the, I mean, it's sort of well known, at least in the region, and I think that any of the locals would probably be able to, at least anyone who's educated here. Acker Kessel is actually Luskan.
Mm.
Kessel was an outcast from the Arcane Brotherhood who came to power somehow and then raised the Crystal Tower and intended on conquering the 10 towns to then go on to conquer Luskan. If this is indeed Kessel again, then it's likely that he would not be aligning himself with the Arcane Brotherhood who betrayed him in the first place.
Okay.
We don't know. All we know is that it was a woman riding the dragon, not a man.
This woman, was she dwarf, human, elf, something else? Human from what you guys could see.
Yeah.
Well, she was sort of more or less riding off, like we'd defeated her plans. So
After she scared the hell
she
out
did
of
actually ride it. She was riding away and sort of gave us a look.
Why would she leave?
Well, maybe her plans for this season have failed. You can't just rustle up an army like that. You've got to talk to the leaders, arrange stuff, arrange all the munitions, all the supplies. It's not just you can get all right. That army got destroyed. Next army.
So
Dane,
she
what would
hear.
she want with the Dwarven Valley? Besides the entrance from the north through the Dale Drop, is there something in the Dwarven Valley that they would go through all this trouble to, try and upset the balance here and split the dwarves and have them fight each other and potentially tell the 10 towns that, they claim ownership of the valley? Is there something within the Dwarven Valley that
we've not spoken to any here, though? You said it's the Bear Tribe. The Bear Tribe was allied with them.
Indeed.
They are right bastards, those. They cannot be. The Elk Tribe, they can be reasoned with at times, but with the Bear Tribe, not at all. They're nothing but savages.
where was the black ice coming from?
Where was what?
The black ice. Where was it coming from? Do we know?
I don't think you guys have discovered that.
No.
We
I'll
thought
ask-
there was a sort of it was somewhere off near to Bruno's Climb, wasn't it? Hadn't
No,
we found
you
somewhere?
misunderstood that before, but we've talked about that. It's on Kelvin's Cairn.
Yeah.
So-
Sorry, Mom.
Climb Canyon.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key that we need to be focusing on, and not the politics of the 10 towns. Is if the black ice is what got the dwarves fighting themselves and made it easier, or appear to be easier, for the White Witch and Luskan to get their claws in, maybe we need to eliminate that from the game.
But
Maybe
why?
we don't know how to
Well-
destroy it.
Find out where it's coming from and destroy it.
Well, we did discuss this sort of yesterday, and we risked going back and doing a lot of what ifing here, slightly metagaming. Yeah, so we really have two options, and I'm assuming this is after we've met.
No, I don't. I don't think this is metagaming. I don't
this
think.
is Lex.
No.
This is Lex role playing. He's asking. He's trying to figure out why the White Witch would try and send an army through the Dale Drop. Besides just, if she's already got Luskan and controlling the 10 towns, and the 10 towns are trying to claim the Dwarven Valley, why also send an army through? What's important? What's so important about
What
the
do you
dwarf?
mean? There's multiple people going after the black ice. Okay, well maybe discovering the black ice source might be a good next step. I don't think the three of us can turn up and then say, right, we're going to destroy it. But if we find where it is, we can then make a plan for dealing with it in a bit more permanent fashion, shall we say? Does that sound like a plan?
So Silverstream can tell. I mean, they know that they've captured a bunch of Hammerstone loyalists as well too, but the Barrack is the one who sort of directed the recovery of the black ice, and he of course is dead. They're probably, if you questioned or got the dwarves to question some of the Hammerstone prisoners, you may be able to find from them where the mining operation was active.
Would there be benefit to the Dane if we took out the mining operation and made sure the black ice didn't resurface?
With the Dale Drop closed, because the mining, wherever it was somewhere on Kelvin's Cairn, because we know that he, what's his name, Barrack, when he first came back with the black ice, he had come from exploring out on Kelvin's Cairn. So,
it's on a different map.
Yeah, sorry. Kelvin's Cairn is the big mountain that sort of is the biggest geographic feature in.
Right, and it's Kelvin's Cairn is on this side of the Dale Drop.
See, Kelvin's. What did I bring you there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelvin's Cairn.
Where's the Dale Drop?
Dale Drop is right at the edge, the northern tip. This is what I'm saying. The reason that the Dale Drop is so important is it goes right up to that mountain, and there's only one kind of like narrow pass through which that you can actually get in. Otherwise, it's impassable until you get to the edges of the Dwarven Valley, and then it's like 100-foot drop or more in order to get down into the valley. So the geographic defense point and choke point for anything coming through from the Ragged Glacier, which is further to the north, including those Verbeeg and the orcs and ogres and whatever else, and bear tribesmen, they would come in, but it's the only way to get easy access to the valley would have been through that small narrow pass where they built the fortress to keep them out.
Right.
But they would allow, people were allowed. The reason they didn't just seal it off is because people want to be going in and out of the Dwarven Valley that way, and miners would go out and work shafts in Kelvin's Cairn. So
Kelvin's Cairn's closed off to us now.
It would be difficult to go there now, yes. I think that if... I'm trying to think if they would have the equivalent. The 10 Towns probably has like sled dogs and things like that. And I'm not sure if the dwarves would. I don't see why they wouldn't. So you may be able to get some way of sort of traveling through like around the region of Kelvin's Cairn, if you were so inclined. The difficulty is, of course, with all the snow that's come in. It may be. It's probably a fairly substantial operation, but if you can find someone who can tell you how to get there, then you likely should be able to find it, even though it's been snowing, even though it's the wintertime. Although, if you know that there's an army, or there was an army lurking out there, who knows what else is lurking out on Kelvin's Cairn. And
there's a dragon.
Yeah.
That we've seen fly in that direction at least twice now.
What Silverstream is particularly... he doesn't like the idea, obviously, of the source of the black ice being, sitting out there somewhere. But he's less concerned with the Dale Drop sealed. There's no dwarves going in and out of the valley to go and access more of that. So that's done. He's not allowing anyone to keep any black ice that they can find, at least. So that, for now, has been put to bed. The concern he's got is if there's this white witch with a dragon cruising around the Icewind Dale, and there's Luskan that is making a play for the valley, and there's a necromancer in play, he's more concerned with the immediate defense of the Dwarven Valley, more so than trying to prevent more black ice. He will obviously, if you decide to go out and try and do something with that, he will try and help you to the best of his ability. But his resources are being pressed quite strongly if there's all these different potential threats now.
What happened to the Lex looks over to the Dane and says, "What happens to your emissary from the 10 towns claiming that they owned the Dwarven Valley and wanted you to give it up or pay taxes?"
After spilling so much dwarven blood in the last months, I am loath to throw ourselves into another fight, not one at least that we start. It seems we dwarves are sturdy and indefatigable warriors, but we know when we're being baited. And that seems to be the case here. Or so you've advised.
So are you going to pay the taxes in the short term while you...
No.
No?
We will pay nothing. If they wish to come and take something, they can come, but they'll find us ready. And you hear kind of a choo-choo as all the dwarves hit their the shields against the ground.
Did that fellow and his men depart, or were they escorted out?
From what we can tell, they're still there. But in this weather, with whatever they're doing, it's no concern of ours. And if we want them to leave, you can believe they'll leave. But that seems to be precisely what they're looking for right now. And I cannot, with the threat of the dragon and the threat of the necromancer still, if he was able to slip out from under the beneath our lands, who's to say that he or something else cannot come slipping back again?
Mm-hmm.
You have given us the strength of to put a single voice and a single line against this threat. And for that we will be eternally grateful. And driving off the invading army as well, you will all, to a man, always have homes here among us in the Dwarven Valley. But for now, we understand that you may have other things to attend to, and we have there is a war coming, whether with that white witch of yours, with the emissaries of Luskan, or with that necromancer. But our foes will find that the dwarves of the valley are ready. And again, you hear them hit their shields against the ground.
Well, I might give up adventuring and take a home here in the Dwarven Valley and find myself the next Dwarven wife.
Nice.
Falcro says the best way we can help the Dwarven Valley now is to find out what's going on in the greater world and stop what we can.
Anything that we can do to assist you, please. And you can see Von Bin is sort of nodding his head as the Dane is saying all of this as well, too.
We're thinking of heading to Bryn Shander and finding out what's going on with the speaker changeover and Luskan's influence, and see if we can get the 10 towns back to being allies with the dwarves. We're going to need everybody together to confront the White Witch.
And
did you have we've heard no word of your ally in the elk tribe. Have you heard anything?
Nothing.
We didn't question the bear tribe, did we? As far as that goes.
Yeah, they laughed. They laughed at the elk tribe and said that they'd been slaughtered and or scattered.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, being scattered is all we've heard. So depending on what we hear in Bryn Shander, we may head north and find out what's going on there, or we'll head to Caer Dineval and Caer Koenig and track where the black ice is going. One of those two.
So
I may send Havoc here back once or twice for you.
We will keep an eye out for your bird, though he is quite a jerk.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm kidding. What Dane Silverstream also tells you is that he's had dealings with the leader of the Elk tribe. The leader of the Elk tribe is King Gerund Elkhart.
Okay.
And Gerund Elkhart is, I'll put it in chat so you got the name here. We got King, Gerund Elkhart. And Gerund is, what he says is that Jaren does not seem like the ragged tribesmen in general are at best tolerant of the people, the folk of the 10 towns and the dwarves. They have a little more respect for the dwarves than they do the folk of the 10 towns, but they're not the most friendly. And even with that in mind, Gerund is not the most friendly either. The elk seem to have strayed far from the close friendship that between the 10 towns and the tribe of the elk, as in the days of King Wolfgar 100 years ago. But now things have changed, and King Jaren seems not belligerent the way that the tribe of the bear are. Those, if you see the sigil of the bear being flown, the dwarves would take up arms against them without question. They would not wait for them to parley. They would fight them because that's what they assume they're going to do. They're going to attack them or ambush them or something like that. The elk, it has not reached that point right now, but it would not be accurate to say that, the relationship with the tribe of the elk are friendly under King Gerund.
Sounds like we made unfortunately, the right decision with the bear tribe.
Silverstream would not. They venerate Talos and Alril. This winter they would see as a boon from their goddess.
Yeah, we had prisoners of the bear tribe, and they did nothing but flaunt the fact that they'd scattered the elk tribe, and they taunted us about the dwarves, and in the end, we didn't think letting them go was the right thing to do.
You did not make the wrong decision. If they're following the goals you asked before, what the White Witch may want here, we know that in the time, at least the records or the stories tell that Kessel wanted to conquer the 10 towns. If it is the grasp of Auril, of the Winter Witch, who wishes to extend her grasp over this, she would have every hearth go frozen. She would have every heart frozen still. She would have every living thing frozen and driven from these lands.
I don't know why anybody would worship her. Fear, probably.
The power. Auril grants, as in many of those, she can grant. And you see him stop and think. And he says, "You shared a vision with my wife, Falcarel.
I did.
And you said your God, that he showed his hand at that crucial hour."
Indeed. The tracks of an invisible bear led to a buried arrow that, when shot from the top of the remaining tower, brought an avalanche down on their heads.
I've heard tell of the time of the avatars. A century passed when the gods came and fought and changed this world. If Auril's hand is at play, perhaps your God, as we would say, threw a gauntlet down, and she walked away rather than risk a conflict with another god. Is that possible?
When gods reach down and, anything's possible. That is not beyond my reasoning of the situation. I think he was adding a balance.
Yes. I'm trying to get you to reread all of your 80s TSR library, Dave.
Okay, Shadowdale, the Avatar Trilogy Book 1.
I'm getting the itch to play Baldur's Gate 2 again.
Awesome. Really, this campaign is just to drive people back to nostalgia. So basically, what he's getting at is that, and I think that you would understand this in the context of your religion. If two gods do come to blows, if a god has taken, remember that it's very rare for them to manifest in the actual world. If one god went out and manifested their power, and another god to try to do something to counter that, how do you not have a deific conflict then? And that there's all sorts of consequences that come from that. There's a river in, I think it's Daggerford, that constantly runs red now because a god of murder was killed there during the Avatar crisis. Spoiler, Dave. Sorry. Yeah, for a 30-year-old book.
I read that like in my teen years, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it's a spoiler so much as a reminder.
Nice. But anyway, so it would not be it's a big thing for Solinar to risk to manifest his power there. This may very well be as much of him sort of staking claim over your protection, and that might be why the dragon didn't attack.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. And it's not unfair for you guys, like, it's not metagaming to think, like, how the fuck would, some being raise a dragon from undeath, and make it so powerful? That is crazy powerful magic. That would be a trick that would be difficult for even like the most powerful archmages. It's like a goddess of the winter just whispered certain secrets into the ears of a worshiper and granted them just the knowledge they needed, or just granted that power. It could be loaned power as opposed to that. So, So I mean that's to you had a question of why they just made the show and maybe didn't press things. That could very well be is that it was the sort of mutually assured destruction of two different gods who faced off, and in that situation, Alrol blinked. Yeah, the Falcor will just give a shrug and says, "I'm Solinar's representative and his agent if he wills it, but otherwise I do what's right." Okay. So what? Do you have anything else you guys wish to ask him about, or ask of him? He's been pretty gracious to us so far. I'm content with moving on. Okay. Yeah. Mo, you had suggested that you might want to ask something of Von Bin as well too. You certainly have the opportunity to have a word in his ear.
Yeah. Is there any sort of high value package or sort of cargo you need delivering to Bryn Shander?
He kind of looks at you and says, You're not falling on such hard times now as to go back to being caravan guards, are you? Or do you?
It would be a good cover because I think our names may be known in Bryn Shander. We don't want to turn up.
I see.
Without a reason.
Then there must be the only thing that I can think of that would be, if you wish to be credible, for being someone willing to travel in this weather, you need to be either transporting something of such value that it would be without question that it need be delivered immediately, or you'd be seen as a fraud. And the only thing that I can think of would be the black ice. And he puts his hand up and kind of says, but I don't suggest that you transport the black ice, but perhaps we could put something together with the appearance of such. So on cursory inspection, they would see it as such, but it would give you the necessary disguise, as it were, in order to get yourself in. Would that be acceptable?
Okay.
Sounds like a really good idea.
We will ensure that that's put together for you then. Of course. You may need a dwarf to go with you then. someone to serve. Someone to serve as the ruse.
I don't know if Paljanor would make a good merchant, but
I think your Master Hammerstone.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem that he seems less inclined to stay. If he intends to continue his travels with you, perhaps he could appear. If he shakes some of that noble bearing of his.
yeah, we might have to rid him of some of his Clangadinian ideals, because he, yeah.
But his name would carry the ruse further. Alas, Hammerstone, bringing Beric's name, though it will be known in infamy in the annals of the Dwarves of the Valley, the name of Hammerstone will be inextricably tied to that of the Black Ice.
We'd probably need a secondary product to have on top for the good officials.
No, the good officials. So what he's saying, remember, you guys know that Black Ice has this deleterious effect, and it's caused all these problems in here. Remember that even back in Bryn Shander, people were asking about that stuff and trying to get hold of some of it.
That's right.
Right.
You know,
but what I'm saying is, if you're shipping Black Ice right now, would you ship it openly, or would you have like a couple kegs of ale on top, and then, when the guard's a little corrupt or somebody, just like show them some Black Ice underneath? And
right. What he's saying is that, like, if you showed up with just ale, they would ask, why the hell are you traveling with ale in the middle of this winter?
Totally.
Whereas, and as far as anyone else outside of the Dwarven Valley is concerned, the Black Ice is a legitimate trade good. Right, because none of the dwarves, the word that's spread around now that Stokely Silverstream is outlawing this stuff, or saying that no one else can trade the Black Ice, that word probably hasn't gone beyond the Dwarven Valley yet because of the effect of the winter. So if you guys are able to show up with this Black Ice, like the last shipment of Black Ice that's going to be available, that could command a very, very high price, which would give you the explanation for why you would bother traveling, in these conditions to try and get your trade goods to market.
The sole exception is the one merchant that we saw just before we went north to the Dale Drop.
Right. Where did she say she was heading, though?
She was looking to come here to probably pick some up, and then she was going to head to Bryn Shander. Yeah. And then back somewhere else.
She was heading back to the east way, and then was going to head to...
Oh, yeah. But that's, Bryn Shander east way, so...
You don't necessarily need to get to Bryn Shander. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'd make a pit stop just for an overnight, but okay.
Yeah, but she wasn't likely staying in Bryn Shander. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully she doesn't tell anybody.
And that's been like a week or more in passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's assuming she survived as well, too. Let's be honest.
Draco's going to feel a little guilty if we come across her caravan or her carriage.
Mm. So, is that acceptable for you guys, though? If that's what you need as a cover, if you want something that's going to, to make it seem as if you're smuggling things in, that's fine. That actually may give you the good excuse as well, too. Lex, Mo, I can see your lips moving. We can't hear you.
Oh, I couldn't even see his screen.
Oh, sorry, Mo. We still can't hear you. Your audio is completely gone right now. Is Mo in the hangout?
I cut it.
Oh, there you are.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Because there's a bit of background noise, so I muted it.
Okay. What were you trying to say?
I'm in the middle of having my things taken. So.
Oh, sure. Now, what were you trying to say there, Mo? Were you trying to say something to us, or were you trying to say something to someone off screen? Off screen, okay. Oh, he's muted. Okay. So what, let's see here. Is there anything else you wish to talk to him about Stokely Silverstream or Von Bin? And I guess what you're thinking, Dave, is that if you want to show up as obvious smugglers so that they'll look and then, find the Black Ice, that would be a might help sell the, if word has gotten here that the black ice is now outlawed, that would give you the cover, you know, of being dwarven smugglers trying to get the last load of the shit out.
But I was also thinking ahead to, how did you get the black ice out of the dwarves? You've only got one dwarf in the group, you know, that kind of thing, and we haven't seen any in a while, and questions like that.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, because that would be a credible story for them to understand. And even if Silverstream has outlawed the export of this stuff, do you get the sense that Bryn Shander will give a shit what he outlaws?
Not really.
The only problem that I see with that tact is it now puts Kola in a position where he's overtly lying, even more so than the other. Like, I don't know. He might blow our cover if we try to pose as smugglers instead of merchants. Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking? There's definitely pluses and minuses to each of those options. What are you thinking?
Let's just go straight up with fake black ice merchants.
Yeah. Ixnay on the smuggling.
Okay. All right. Then the last thing that... yeah, I think that Silverstream will give you guys is it's little in the way of they've already sort of like offered you because of your successful defense of the valley, and whatnot. They've already given you, or from saving it from Barrack Hammerstone, they've already given you as much as they sort of can. But they will also give you each another 200 gold pieces. That may help you, whatever you need to do with, going forward. They'll give it to you, and they'll probably give it to you in platinum pieces if you do want to carry it around. You're welcome to spend it in the community, but if you just want to carry that around, excuse me, that's 50 platinum pieces, I think.
Okay. Well,
no, it's not right. It's 20 platinum pieces.
Yeah, each.
No,
nope. Might want to hold on to grease some wheels if we need to.
Okay. So then, maybe in the party loot, if you wouldn't mind putting down that every character has 200 gold pieces as well.
Do that.
Okay. Then, what are we doing next here, guys? Anything else you want to ask? It sounds like you've got your cover for traveling back to Bryn Shander. It sounds like you've made your peace here. You'll take a day or two to relax and recover from your travels and your encounters. Geez, your fight against the giants. Anything else you wish to do in the Dwarven Valley before we start heading out?
No, I can't really think of anything. Kind of assuming Cola's coming with us, depending on whether we can make the sessions.
Do we have to upgrade our tents or anything like that? Carry some firewood?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a small tent.
You're going to have a cart driven by a mule in addition to your to Alehead and your riding rams.
Okay. So maybe we'll carry some firewood with us on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've got some cooking gear, but yeah, we can make sure we've got enough to... because also that we've got that ring that powers up when we have a hearty meal in company.
Oh yeah.
So that's Cola. Yeah. Cola's got that ring.
That's Cola's ring, yeah.
You
guys, so just as a reminder too, if the character's not here, you cannot make use of their magic items. That's just it's part and parcel of the rotating table.
I'll prepare some endure colds in case the weather gets really bad.
Weather is pretty awful going forward here.
Yeah, I'm thinking like cold enough that our warm suits aren't going to help us. Then I can give it 6 hours of relief each.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
We had proper cold weather furs, didn't we now?
You do now, yeah. The dwarves have supplied you with retrofitted to your human frames. Your strange, ungainly human frames and elven frames. Gosh, why can't you be sturdy and compact like a dwarf?
So my spell can make us comfortable, unprotected in temperatures as low as -30. So I'm guessing with some warm furs we could survive.
Is that
even
minus
better.
30 Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit, which is really close to being.
Yeah, pretty close to minus 30. Yeah, so that's super. That's about what you'll be getting with wind chill in the Dwarven Valley. That would protect you, or in the Icewind Dale.
So yeah, if it gets
And
really,
also, if we're inside tents with furs,
they're basically
you know,
like emergencies.
triple layers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Let's just call it -40 because that's where they're the same.
Yeah, they meet. Yes.
That's really cold.
That's really cool.
Aye. All right. So, guys, then you get yourself all packed up. You get your mule. You get your stuff, and the first stop off that you will have is at the watch post at the entrance to the Dwarven Valley. So let's skip to there. I rolled for random encounters, and I'm very sad to say, guys, that it is an uneventful trip.
Oh.
No Yeti, no things. Oh, but there is.
Get some experience in under my belt.
Oh, there is an event, though. Okay, let's see here. That was hilarious. Randomly rolling the avalanche yesterday with that thing. 1, 2.
That's very good. It turned out like a great.
Yeah, it was
great
fun.
fitting moment.
Much more interesting than what I expected from it, because I really, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
Yeah, just as a heads up, if it's getting loud in here, I'll turn my mic off.
sure. I don't hear anything, any background right now.
A couple of them coming in being a bit loud and just doing various tests. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. But to be honest, like with your muting right now, I haven't heard any background noise that I can remember.
Either.
Oh, right, no,
Yep.
because obviously there's loads of machines around us here, and sometimes they go a bit beepy.
No problem. It's no interference.
Pretty good microphone, actually, so...
Okay. Nope, I haven't heard it, and we'd much rather have you here with a little bit of background noise than not here, so... all right, so what you guys... find is that the trip down to meet up with Paldranor's detachment is relatively uneventful. It's very cold. The snow is coming down. Let's see here. Oh, Dave. Once again, you're our weatherman. Would you give me 3 percentile rolls, please? See if the weather is interesting today. 17, 14. Okay, so there is precipitation. Awesome. Thank you, Dave. Let's see here. All right. So it is cold. Oh, man. You guys are traveling in a heavy ice fog the whole time.
Cool. I think I've walked to school in that once.
Yeah. I think I've driven back from Winnipeg in that one before. Fucking October in Alberta can be really unpredictable with weather. So you're making your way through this, and it's got to be, like, it is so eerie moving through this. For one, the chill just cuts right through you. You're, because of the ambient moisture and the chill, you're effectively walking through, a kind of fog that just gets in everything. So it's you in spite of your warmth, in spite of your thing, you're not going to take damage or anything like that. But it is incredibly uncomfortable moving through this. You can't get a point where you get comfy, and you can't see anything either. Like with the thickness of this ice fog, you can really only see about maybe 10 yards ahead of you. So, and the sound, because of the thick or the kind of enveloping nature of this precipitation as well too, it just swallows sound. So the muffled kind of the ram's hooves going through. There's once or twice where you're gonna have to stop and kind of help drag the cart out, where you'll get maybe what you would do is actually go around back and get the ram to go in and put their heads up against it and kind of like help push it forward. So you guys, it feels like you're traveling in a bubble for almost the entire duration of the trip. And it's only by virtue of the geographic features of the trail that you're actually able to tell where you're going and that you're traveling in the right direction. And it seems as if when you finally come across that little squat outpost at the entrance to the valley, that's where you can see it seems to suddenly come out of nowhere. And you can see the light coming from within, and you guys make your way over. You were greeted very enthusiastically by Paldronor, although he's surprised to see what that you guys are traveling like for with a cart and whatnot, that you're leaving.
I guess nobody told him what happened.
No, what happened?
I will regale the tale.
Yeah. So they all break out more of that ale again. They insist on having a bit of a, not like they're not getting irresponsibly drunk, but they're getting dwarf, we can still fight drunk on this. And they're shocked by this. The news of the dragon is very, very upsetting to them. They want to know what you think is going on. Like, what do you think is happening here now then?
Well, I don't want to, oversimplify it or, not be serious enough. But if Solinar is getting involved, some other great power is at work too. I think we're in a god's chessboard here. We have to play our roles. The best we can do is rely back on dwarven honor and our own strength of spirit to see us through.
Well, if we're just playthings, the last word we got from that they got from the Dane was to do nothing about the interlopers from the 10 towns. Is part of your mission to do that, to deal with these people?
I think the Dane is going to wait for them to provoke us, because he doesn't want to be pulled in. He's basically going to let them make the first move. He doesn't want to be seen as the aggressor.
Okay.
Which I'd be more than happy to go drive them out, but this is Dane's land.
Do you think the Dane would be upset with us if we accidentally started a fight and ended up getting rid of those guys?
I think he would.
Think he would forgive us, though, given what we've done?
Yes, but he would still be upset, and the responsibility would still fall on the dwarves.
Yes, you're probably right there.
Now, if there's another avalanche...
All right.
Lex looks at Peltonor and says, I was just thinking about you guys, maybe helping out, accidentally starting a fight. I don't know.
And he's grateful for you thinking of that as well, too. Now, having, seeing how the changes that he's experienced in the last couple of months, he's eager to take up the arms again and to help fight for the Dwarven Valley. The rest of the evening passes uneventfully. Nothing happens in the evening. You have a restful. You can hear the sound of the wind howling outside, which Falcarel you sort of almost take as a challenge from some rival goddess.
She's just upset. She's throwing a tantrum.
And when the following day comes, you find that they've the guys have actually packed you at some warm food to keep you on your way too. They've filled your wineskins, so you guys will have some wonderful beer to keep you warm on the or at least feeling warm on the trip into Bryn Shander. They've readied your cart and everything as well too. And then the last thing that, unless you guys have something else you want to say or whatnot, I think that Paldronor pulls you guys aside. And do you remember who it was who found Paldronor underneath that minecart? I think it was one of the rangers, because I thought you guys were tracking it.
Was it Lex or was it Jeff's character? I think it was Jeff's character.
Okay. Okay. So what he then says is, in that sort of, laconic dwarven way, that he is grateful. You In not so many words, he says that you truly, in every sense of the meaning, saved him.
You did your fair share of saving there, Paldronor.
Yeah, you stood your ground when others might not have, and helped us fight through many a foe. And here you are, better dwarf for it. Part of this is on you.
He claps your, the side, says, "Until we meet again, then."
And then Lex pulls out an arrow from his quiver. He's like, "I'm going to leave the Dwarven Valley today 1 arrow short of 2 quivers. Expect it back someday."
He takes it. He says, he stuffs it into the bolts, the crossbow bolts, the what do you call it, quiver of crossbow bolts that he has. It clearly stands out from there, and he says, "I will keep it ready for you, Lex.
Okay.
Until we stand shield to shield again, may the Forge Father watch over you."
Solinar over you.
Okay. And you guys set out. So let's, guys, we're a little bit early right now, 5 minutes early, but why don't we take our mid-session break right now, and then we will come back and we'll see what happens on the road to Bryn Shander.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right, and then we'll check in the chat as well, too. We get back. So, back in a moment, folks. Will be about 5 minutes.
Yes, please, for me. Milk. I've got enough sugar to sort that out.
All right. Much difficulty pushing a button there. Jeez. All right, second one chat here. Ice King, cast magic missile. What's shaking? Let's see here. Let's see. Probably, yeah. Magic missiles would be remarkably effective against the dwarves of the Dwarven Valley. Brian, what's shaking? Let's see here. And yeah, that is that. Okay. So, guys, you guys are heading towards Bryn Shander. So it should take you, I believe it's only 1 day to get there. Let's check our...
Oh, we spent the night there, right? So everybody should heal 3 hit points from my administration.
Are any of you guys injured? You guys did have a day or so that you should assume that everyone's at full health right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that you guys...
I had 3 to heal, so...
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, you guys did spend also another extra day in the Dwarven Valley, too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think so everyone should be at full hit points. You'll need it. I mean...
It was extra 3, you never know.
Let's see here. So, Mo, you are currently... Let me get you back up to full. There you go. 33 hit points. Okay. All right. So, let's check the weather. Dave, would you mind giving us 3 more percentile rolls, please? Egg. I asked too much of my ottoman. The books are falling. Okay, so it is precipitation again. And oh, where is it here? Light snow throughout the day. And the wind is moderate. 10 to 20 miles an hour. No penalties to range attacks or anything like that. So, the day starts off and you guys you find it snowing again and the wind is blowing. It's still, once again, another frigid day, so you're going to have to bundle completely up, but at least thank, God you're leaving that ice fog behind. And you guys are traveling for about, that's what I was checking to see what the travel time is here. 1 sec. So from Bryn Shander to the mouth of the Dwarven Valley normally would only take you, in good weather, would take you only about 6 hours. So this is going to take you most of the day to be able to get there in this condition. You're about 4 hours in. You've taken a few, rests already too. But because of the falling snow, you don't want to take too long for the cart to get, snowed in. And it's during one of those rests when, let's see here, who has the highest wisdom score?
Let's see, I have a 16. I think Tom's pretty high up there too.
Yeah, I think I'm the same actually.
Okay. So why don't you each give me a d20 roll? Whoever rolls higher without going over 16, and you'll be the one who sees this.
Crit.
Falcon roll is a crit, yeah. Right on the nose. 18. Okay, so Tom, you're distracted by something else. Maybe you're enjoying your biscuit a little too much. Falcon, though, you can see from down, actually traveling north across the open area, you can see humanoid figures shrouded in like furs and cloaks. It looks as if there's about 12 to 15 of them, and they're approaching.
Approaching us?
Yes. And because of the snow... Hold on. What's your visibility here?
Your bird go check to see if there's bad...
My bird is an asshole. He doesn't want to learn how to do certain tricks. So he'll defend me to the death, but that's about it.
I keep picturing, like, you're like, bird, go do this! And he takes the hood off and the bird just attacks him. Like, get off me! Fuck!
No, stop it. Stop it.
He'll basically go for somebody else's eyes at my signal or defend me. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll use my ranger animal affinity on it to calm your bird down.
Yeah, I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Oh, man.
He's a rescue. He was already a mature adult when I found him. So.
Yep.
Okay.
They make the best pets, though, so... There you go.
That would be like that would be offensive. That would be like someone else coming over to your house and teaching your dog tricks or something.
Yeah. No, it'll be
What are you
like
doing?
those assholes who continually tell me that they're dog trainers when I'm walking my dog and try and give me advice on how to manage my rescue dog.
Yeah, like if you want to handle my dog, go ahead and take him. I'll get a new one that I can train.
No. The correct response is go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Havoc is an asshole, so I might get
All
better
right.
off with a new one.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love that bird, though.
maybe he needs a better trainer. So maybe you should
Yes.
come to the other ranger and see how it goes.
Yes.
Nice. So what you can see, it's about 500 yards away, and they seem to be approaching.
Okay. Do they appear to be wearing like it's not like the elk
You've
tribe.
spotted movement of the humanoids. You're gonna have to let them get closer to be able to see any further details.
Okay, I'm gonna give a soft whistle to the group and point out to the oncoming people.
Yep. So
there's
now
about-
that it's been
I'd say-
pointed out, you guys can all see that.
See, there's about 12 of them.
Yep. To see more details, you have to wait till about 100 yards away. They get in about 100 yards away. You can tell that they are humanoids, so they're human-sized. They're not bigger than, they're not smaller than. So there's that. To see what more details, you have to wait till they're about 30 yards away because of the snow.
Lex has his bow out.
Have they seen us?
They seem to be traveling directly towards you.
Okay, well, let's wait for them to come in then.
Yeah.
So at
Yeah,
30
Falco-
yards away, you can
I'm going to
see...
get on. I'm going to get mounted on the ram to make
Okay.
use of the.
Yeah, I
lance if we need to.
assume I'm riding my ram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys position that yourselves as well. You can picture that the snow is still coming down fairly heavily. It's white, stretches as far as you can see, and these 12, 15 figures still continue moving towards you. At 30 yards away, you can see that they are wearing the clothing and the accoutrements of the ragged tribesmen.
Can we
Yeah.
tell a specific type?
Not until they're 10 yards away.
Do they have any large hulking bears with them?
Have I described any?
Double checking.
Would have been pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The bears are
Falco,
invisible. Their bears are invisible. We don't see them until
Yeah,
they're-
I buried the lead. Oh, I forgot to mention the dragons. Sorry.
Falco's gonna dismount from his ram, and he's not gonna draw out any weapons. He's gonna have a staff, but
Okay.
that's a hawk's on, and he's just gonna stand about 5 feet in front of the ram and
Okay.
greet them.
So then about at 10 yards away, you can make out. And what you can see is that they are definitely ragged tribesmen. You can see that they've got the same blonde hair, blue-eyed kind of features that characterizes the ragged tribesmen. But they seem to be dressed. I mean, the group here seems to be women, old men, and some kids. Some of them seem to be injured and making their way along fairly with great difficulty. They have weapons, but they're pathetic. They're things that have been either tools for hunting that have been repurposed for a kind of defense, or it's stuff they've kludged together. And there is about 14 of them in total. And as they get to within 10 and they stop, they see you guys. You can see one woman steps forward, and she says, "Are you dwarves?"
We are dwarf friends from the Dwarven Valley.
"Please, we are of the Elk. We need help. Please."
We heard your tribe had been scattered. Are you all that remains?
I'll
We
jump
are-
down and
Lex puts the bow away.
Okay. We don't know how many survived. Some taken. You're not dwarves. Are you of the 10 towns?
No.
what
Then
was the
please-
chap we released?
What's that, Mo?
Sorry, who did we release? The ragged guy.
Hangar.
Ingar.
We are friends of Hengar.
You can hear them. They're sort of talk. There's some muttering throughout that. Clearly, they know their name. They're like, "You, are you the elf that freed him?
Yes.
Then please." The woman steps forward, and you can see that she's got one of her eyes is pretty swollen shut from a older bruise, where the color has started to fade from the bruise. I am Misha of the Elk. Please help us. And the people all sort of come staggering forward, and you can see like it's a fairly pathetic and motley group of things.
Okay. Well, Thomas is going to set up an impromptu fire stroke.
How far are we out from the gate?
You guys, it's probably going to be another like 4 hours of travel to get there. You've been traveling for about 7 hours right now, so the going is quite slow because of the weather and.
I'll ask Nisha where they were going. Were they heading for Bryn Shander?
We had been at Bryn Shander, but they are enemies of the Ragged now.
Yes, they are controlled in league with Luskin.
And you hear someone in the back say, "The weak folk of the towns, they can never be trusted." And you can see that.
Well, we could actually camp overnight and help them out. I think if we had to. So I think I'm gonna set up a fire, get some food going.
So
some of the dwarven ale.
The thing is,
warm them up.
You guys don't have supplies to camp out here. So what you're gonna have to do is, if you do want to sleep on the open tundra, you're gonna need to try and. The first thing is to see if you can find some kind of natural, like a natural windbreak or a natural feature that you'll be able to be safe in. One sec here.
Well, weren't there those special hides they set up for people? A bit like alpine huts.
Their best bet is to just
those lean-tos, you mean?
Yeah.
Those are permanent structures along the trail, though, and those are in the Dwarven Valley.
Their best bet is probably to keep pushing on and just use our tracks to get.
Well, no, I don't want to make it seem as if you can't do this. Like, you guys absolutely can, and the Ragged would be able to help you with that for sure. They're used to living in these kind of circumstances. Just that it's because of the prevailing conditions, it's not simply a matter of like going off the road and throwing a tent down. I don't want to make it sound as if it's impossible for you to do that. So let's do this. Let's see if you can find a what do you call it?
Windbreak.
Yeah, 1 second here. Oh, shelter is the word I'm struggling to find here.
Well, the question is, I'm going to ask Nisha, well, where were you trying to end up?
The valley.
The Dwarven Valley.
The dwarves long ago were friends of ours. If we cannot find help with the folk of the towns, then we hoped to find at least shelter in the valley.
Well, I think I did have some trail rations or some sort of like MRE type things.
Dane Silverstream of the dwarves still speaks highly of King Aaron Elkhart. So you will probably find dwarven hospitality ahead.
So
they kind of talk amongst themselves.
The Falcons, you may very
just heal them up and see them on their way then.
Would you guys give me a percentile chance, please?
Okay.
Or a percentile roll, please. Let's see. Okay, so after an hour of search, you can't find any natural shelter. You can keep searching.
Well, if she wants to end up in the Dwarven Valley, why don't we just... I had some trail rations somewhere. Or maybe we just heal them up, give them a bit of a Dwarven ale to warm them up, and point them in the right direction.
You've already wasted an hour. You're not going to reach Bryn Shander tonight anyway, just as an FYI.
Okay.
So, yeah, we should probably keep looking.
Okay.
Someone else look now. I mean, that should be the ranger's job, not mine. It is. And
That was a 51.
Unfortunately, another hour, nothing. However, let's see here. Where's my? There it is.
However, you did find some Arctic wolves, and they look hungry.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So you guys have gone. What's happened over the last little while, guys? Is you have gone off. You've gone off the road trying to find something, and because of the. Let's just hold on, John. Actually, that might be good. Let me see here, because it isn't. Not quite good enough. No.
Astonishing Fortune?
Yeah, I'll let you. If you want to spend Astonishing Fortune on that, I'll let you do that. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, so you do find something. However, it will be in time for something else. So first we'll have so you find somewhere that is going to be natural shelter, and the reason that's important is because basically you can rely on that to protect you from the elements. Now you do have warm clothing and stuff like that, but you can't sleep in that comfortably and not start suffering some kind of constitution loss. So you found some place that is secure, or at least out of the wind enough to be able to provide some kind of natural shelter. You can set up the tents and whatnot that you have from here, and the Ragged can help you with that as well. They'll take care of most of the stuff, so you do have a place to overnight, albeit in the middle of of nowhere. What you find out initially from Misha is that they are basically a group of survivors. From some of them were ones that avoided the attacks by the bear tribe initially, and they definitely keep talking about the White Witch. And some of them are ones that were taken by the bear tribe, but then escaped and managed to meet up with everyone as well too. But once the survivors were attacked by the bear tribe, and once the White Witch and her dragon started flying and hunting the survivors of the tribe of the Elk, they knew that they needed to try and find shelter elsewhere, which is why they've come down this far. So you guys are able to get yourself set up in there. You get some Tom. You get the meal going, and everyone is quite grateful. Falcarol, you can treat some injuries too. These people have definitely seen a couple of very nasty scrapes recently.
Okay. Are any of them like seriously injured?
I think there's probably an old guy who maybe, like, because of your menstruations, he's not going to lose the arm that was broken because it was in fear of getting gangrenous. You clean it up and whatnot and have it treated and put in a splint. And then what Misha says is that oh, nice. What does that tell you? Is that what the weather's going to be the next day?
Yeah, give me a head up on the next day's weather.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you give us a 3% roll again?
Another man.
Nice. So it'll be light. I think it'll be light fog, and then but the wind will pick up a bit. Actually, if there is fog, there won't be wind. So let's see here. I should just leave that open. To be honest. Okay.
That's funny. That was one of my original non-weapon proficiencies I took with this character. I'm like, why am I using it?
So you know from the atmospheric conditions, you know that there will be heavy fog tomorrow as well too. So that helps with if you want to approach anywhere without being seen. That will definitely give you a complete cover unless you're within 10 yards or 5 yards of someone.
So X lets them know that as they approach the edge of the Dwarven Valley, that they can call out to Paldranor and let Paldranor know that their elk tribe and have spent some time with Lex, Tom, and Falcarol.
Yeah.
That will help them get access to the Dwarven Valley.
So the what Misha asks, like once you guys get settled in and whatnot, they're obviously grateful for the help that you guys have offered them. She asks, how did you know? How did you come to know Hengar then? Did you know him before, and that's why you freed him?
He was unjustly imprisoned and sentenced to death, and we did what we thought was right.
He came back and spoke well of you after the initial attacks, but when no further assistance came, he was taken when the Bear Tribe came and the White Witch came.
Bear Tribe. They recently tried to attack the Dwarven Valley with I believe giant minions of the White Witch.
The Bear Tribe, and Misha spits on the ground. We should have wiped them from the Dale centuries ago.
A good number of them died in their attempt.
Good.
Alas, we would have come to see the elk and Hengar, but we got caught up with the dwarves and righting some problems that they had in the valley. So the valley is now stable, but unfortunately we did not make it up to see you and Hengar.
Hengar was taking King Gerund, too, missing. And it's not known whether Mjolnir, our tribe's shaman, whether he survives or not, either.
Do you know where they were taken?
And she looks over at another man, or a man. She says, that one there, that is Kron. Oh, sorry, no, that's not right. That is...
I like Kron.
No, it's one of the things I love about this is it gives a little sample. If you need a quick name for the 10 towns, or you need a quick name for the Ragged, just I want to give them a proper Ragged name. That is Magnor. Magnor was taken and brought by the bear, but he escaped and fled. Magnor is the guy with the broken arm who nearly, was in fear of getting gangrenous. He ran for 2 days on his own with a broken, his arm broken by the bear. A Yeti, a walker from in service to them, and the White Witch. They have taken our people. They have long offered service to darker gods than those we would recognize. At least those that we would, certainly not those we would venerate. But now they seem beholden to the Winter Queen, to Aurel. And they take our people and offer them as sacrifices. There is a place near the edge of the Ragged Glacier which we hold sacred, all the Ragged tribesmen, a place called Evermelt. And they have taken that place and defiled it. These stories may not have reached the lands from which you hail, but a century ago, King Wolfgar struck down Icing Death, the bane of the Icewind Dale, which had taken up its lair in Evermelt. A titanic dragon, as white as snow, which laired within. And King Wolfgar, clever as he is, snuck his way in through the glacial, or the hot spring present at Evermelt, and snuck his way into the dragon's lair and struck him low. Now, it's said that whether it be Ice Springs or Icing Death's offspring, or it's Icing Death returned, the White Witch, she calls the daughter of Auril, she calls it back. And
unless Icing Death's spawn is unliving, skeletal, and barely showing enough flesh to fill out wings.
She looks at you. What do you know of Icing Death?
We've heard the dragon a few times, and recently when we defeated the bear tribe at the Dale Drop, calling down Solinor's gift and an avalanche upon their army.
You faced her?
We saw her. We did not face her. She flew by in disgust.
You're enemies of the White Witch.
We are now.
Oh yeah, she knows our names.
So you are both friends of Hengar and foes of the White Witch.
Friends of the dwarfs.
And foes of the bear. And the Yeti and the Verbeeg that joined their army.
Where is it that you travel then, strangers? Where were you going with your dwarven cart?
We were heading to Bryn Shander to find out news of the 10 towns, and honestly to find out what happened to the elk tribe. I think it was Providence that we ran across you on the road.
Perhaps something more. If you seek to find word of the elk tribe within the walls of Bryn Shander, you will find no such news. The Ragged are no longer welcome in the 10 towns, and we will not forget who turned us out when we were in need.
Lex walks over and puts his hand on her shoulder and says, I can understand what it's like to be outcast. I've been there myself. Know, though, that the people of the 10 towns are being led right now, led astray, and that someday they may be worthy of your friendship. We need to remove the cancer that grows within the 10 towns. The cancer from Luskin. And is it Arcane Brotherhood or Scarlet
The Arcane Brotherhood, yeah.
The Arcane Brotherhood that controls them.
And
with them gone, the 10 towns will return to being friends of the Rhaegar.
Sorcerers from outside the Dale.
Indeed, and I think dark magic that's within the Dale itself. There's this black ice that was corrupting the minds of the dwarves within.
Black ice within.
Indeed, I'll go over to the cart and pull out one of the forgeries, and says it looks very much like this.
She looks at it and says she calls over Ragnar, and he looks at the things and he looks at you. He says, "Are you allies of them? Of the
Luskins?
The bear tribe?"
No, we slaughtered them.
This is fake black ice. We're using it to get into the 10 towns to try and thwart the Luskin influence and return the 10 towns and the elk tribe and the dwarven valley to the allies that they were once, so that we can together stand and face the White Witch and her allies.
Yes. Deceit must be met with deceit. That is our mission.
He looks over at Misha and then looks back at you, and he says, "Wolvig Berenson, chieftain of the Bear, he carries a weapon such as this. I'll put the name in chat for you guys.
Damn, I hated the bear before, and I hate them more now.
Yeah, but we know that the bear are dark to begin with, and this just made them worse. The dwarves were just sad victims. So.
Here we go. Wolvig.
Hey, Falcarel, how do you hunt a bear? How do you hunt a bear in winter?
Is there a cave? I gotta watch that again after this.
Catch him when he's napping.
No, sir. Dave and I are talking about 13th Warrior.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I've seen that. It's been a while,
Okay.
though.
How do you hunt a bear in winter? Is there a cave?
I'm pretty sure there is a cave.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just take your King's Elite Huskars versus Neolithic Tribesmen.
So,
Pretty much game over, man.
Where is Evermelt?
Evermelt,
Way off to the north, I think, or the.
if you travel beyond Kelvin's Cairn, across the vast tundra, to the foot of the Ragged Glacier, you will find Evermelt.
So it's off some.
If Icing Death, returned from the grave, is taking wing, you will find you need only follow the dragon to its lair.
Guessing up that way. This is probably being fed by the glacier right here into this lake.
Yes.
How would one travel there?
And
Slowly.
she sort of, wryly, experiencing, appreciating everything she's gone through, no doubt, in the last little while. She still is a tough old bird. Kind of, grins. She says, as the Ragged travel, or as the townsfolk travel?
How would the Ragged travel?
We would travel over land directly.
Dogs and sled?
On
Walking?
foot.
On foot?
Sounds like us rangers could learn some tricks from the Rhaegar.
You can you hear just a single kind of snuff from Ragnar. Like, of course you could. And Misha gives him a look like, these are friends. Don't, the Ragged, even though the Elk are of the Ragged tribes is the most civilized, they're certainly by no means civilized.
Well, Falcarel's going to give him a smirk as like, we made friends with dwarves. I think we can appreciate your culture.
He looks down.
Don't take it easy on us.
Lex laughs because he knows that being friends with dwarves is a challenge on its own.
Yeah. So what Misha sort of looks over you all and says, then what do you, if you are a foe of the White Witch, what do you intend? If she is blessed by the Winter Queen, you know that it would be courting death, a frozen, icy death, to take up arms against her chosen.
Well, she's Aurel is not the only god that's moving pieces into the Dale. Solinar guides me, and I will face her if needed. It was I who shot the arrow that brought down the avalanche.
And you others? Do you stand with him and his god?
I will not say that I'm a pawn of, but I suppose, in light of what we've seen, I'm guided by the hand of Myliki, the Forest Queen.
When evil gods rise, the good gods, they do not stand aside and do nothing.
And we will not stand aside and do nothing.
Then she looks up at Ragnar, and Ragnar kind of looks at her, and it's as if there's some unspoken conversation or decision that's being made between the two of them. He looks over at you guys, studies you up and down, particularly with what you had to say, Falcarel. He looks at Misha and very subtly nods his head, and Misha says, nods and looks back at you. You're friends of Hengar. and sworn enemies of our enemy, then there is something you should know. And she leans forward. She takes a little bit of, of the whatever is, if there's a, soup or something that's boiling on the fire. She takes a little bit, and she seems to be looking at the fire, and she says, "Let me tell you of a love that should not have been, a doomed courtship. In our tribe, Mjolnir, Tormhald, shaman, blessed of the gods and the spirits of these lands, had one son named Olaf. And Olaf found it a challenge to find his place in amongst the tribe. The son of a shaman is often found, or a child of a shaman is often finds themselves with an ear for the spirits as well. The Olaf, it seems, was not. His mother taken when he was young, only he and Mjolnir, and with no way of passing on effectively Mjolnir's knowledge to his son. And so Olaf found himself largely without place, unmoored, until he met Hedron. Now, Hedron Arnsfirth, daughter of Soren, she was said by Mjolnir to have been touched by the gods from a young age. Hedron would be found, it said, walking in the coldest nights, surrounded by the fiercest blizzards, wearing nothing but a shrift, and seemingly untouched by it. Mjolnir saw this as a evil sign, and so it was our tribe was convinced, and so it was that Soren Arnsfirth was convinced. Hedron did not ask for this, but hers was a difficult life until she and Olaf met by chance. Those two outsiders kindled a romance that was doomed by the gods. We can't say for certain how Olaf died, but what's said by the chattering tongues of our tribe is that when Hedron's lips touched his, he died, as if left exposed naked to the worst that the winter can offer. Or at least so Mjolnir believed. Mjolnir convinced King Gerund that the girl must die, and so she was cast out. We don't know. We thought that she died. We thought her claimed by the cold, but it seems now that she found, rather than being cast out, she was simply welcomed in to the bosom of her true mother as a chosen of Auril. The White Witch that stalks the Elk tribe is a daughter of the elk.
Mm.
This does not excuse and King Jairend and Mjolnir, knowing now what has come from their decisions, should have taken an axe to her. But the path that led up to that necessity is one in part set by the elk. She has bent the bear to her will and to that of her mistress, and she should, if she is allowed to survive, she will bring decimation to the entire valley and bury everything under winter.
Indeed. I saw a vision where the entire valley was coated and then spread to the wider world at that, all centered around a black tower. She must be confronted.
She is no longer Hedron. She is the will of Auril made flesh. And she must die. She sort of pokes at the food that she's drawn to, leaving you guys in silence. What do you guys make of this?
Falkril just sits back and like stares at the fire, just absorbing the story. He instinctually sees areas where people made bad decisions and that just spiraled out of control, but he doesn't voice any of them. He just nods that death is the solution to this, but he feels it shouldn't have had to come to that in the first place.
Well, Tom and Lex, what are you guys thinking?
Lex is now that he's got a better understanding of how this came about, doesn't really. It makes it a little more challenging to know that it's not just some evil creature that came out of nowhere. It's a woman who was cast out by her tribe, but yeah, the big picture still remains. We need to do what we have to do and find a way to confront her and defeat her. Restore the land to the way it was.
And Tom, what are you thinking?
Well, question is do we still go ahead with our initial plan and scout out what's happening in the 10 towns, or maybe try and rescue these people who've been captured, which we're not technically set up for? We'd have to go and presumably go to another town on Mare Dordan to equip for a long distance travel. He still thinks we should check out what's happened in Bryn Shander, and then maybe see if we can go and rescue our friend from the bear tribe.
Engar.
Yeah. Engar. So they seem to be massing up there. There's maybe a threat to the 10 towns in general.
Ragnar, what you guys... To give you, Ragnar will travel with you if you. I don't want this to push you one way or the other, guys, but Misha will offer Ragnar to travel with you. If what you want to do is find your way to Evermelt, Ragnar can take you there.
Okay.
Now, again, like, I don't want you to think that that's what you have to do. It's just that is an option for an asset.
Yeah, Evermelt's to the north, right?
Evermelt's to the north. Yeah, basically, so if you go to the right side of this map, and then you travel pretty much straight north from there.
Gotcha.
What it is a hot spring. Evermelt is a hot spring set at the kind of peak of a mountain. And then what the story is that, and this is what you know from the story of King Wolfgar, is that there is a chute. There is a flow in it that actually leads down into a cavern deeper within. And there is what's said to be an entire pillar of ice that has melted. So imagine like an entire pillar that goes from ceiling to floor. What King Wolfgar did is travel down that whole chute, and then where the waterfall comes out, he leapt and grabbed this massive ice pillar, climbed his way down, and then through another entrance got into the lair of icing death. Otherwise, the only entrance into the lair of icing death, at least as far as the legends that King Wolfgar, or the legends of him, is through a hole in the ceiling, but it's like a 200-foot drop from that peak, the hole of the peak, and then down to the floor.
Thinking we should take Rhaegar up on his offer to go north, but as long as they house themselves in the valley, we're coming north anyway afterwards to check on the valley. So when we come back, we should take up his offer to go there when we're ready.
So one thing I would, I'm going to just, again, I don't want this to make your decision one way or the other, but remember, things don't wait in this campaign.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking if we go north to save Hangar from the bear tribe, the 10 towns could mass against the Dwarven Valley, and we don't have an option to save them. But if we figure out what's going on in the 10 towns and kind of get them united, then we stand more of a chance of facing what's to the north.
And if you wait, then it gives them opportunities to finish whatever remains of the Elk tribe and to amass their armies to go south. Yeah. So.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure.
I love this adventure. Which of my bad decisions do I want to take?
I mean, Falkrill's like the kind of guy, he's got allies. He wants to dig in and save them. So he wants to protect the Dwarven Valley because this is home now.
Okay. What do you think, Lex?
While Lex is thinking, Thomas thinks we should still visit Bryn Shander, get the lay of the land, and then head north. Head to Evermelt.
Okay.
Could we actually use Lac-Dinashire?
So
Is
Ragnar
that still unfrozen?
would not be able to travel with you to Bryn Shander. He is obviously a Ragged tribesman. They will not be welcome there.
Sorry, I thought he was in prison.
Oh, no, that's Hangar.
Hangar has been captured. Ragnar is the guy who escaped from there.
All right.
He's the reason that you guys know that many of the tribes are there. Whether King Gerund or Mjolnir have been captured as well too, that's not clear.
So that's still the north.
And it's not clear if any. I mean, they were turned away at the gates of Bryn Shander, but if any other Ragged tribesmen were here, they may have been imprisoned or killed by the people of the 10 towns. They don't know. If what you're offering, though, is what you said before of sending these guys along, they will try and find solace. What their plan is to carry on. The rest of them are going to carry on to the Dwarven Valley. And if Ragnar is not going to travel with you, he'll travel with everyone else.
Well, could we get Ragnar to wait with Paldronal's guys at the top of the valley? We go in, check out what's happening in Bryn Shander, maybe buy some supplies for long distance travel, and then pop back after a day or so?
We don't know what the state is, but yeah, that's a possibility.
Because, I mean, it's only, assuming they can make the Dwarven Valley, you just say, well, wait there for a number of times, we'll go in and check out what's happening, and then we'll come back and maybe go and try and recover the captured people, and go from there.
I still think we need to find out some more of what's going on in the 10 towns. So a brief stop in Bryn Shander would be a good idea.
The other option would be for the balance of the party to go to Paldanor, and for us to head northwest to Tourmaline.
That might be a better option than Bryn Shander.
So,
Okay.
I'm sure Rengar could lead us up there, right? He knows the tundra fairly well.
He get you there, but so Tourmaline is a population of about 600. It has a reputation of the most picturesque town in the Icewind Dale, and without the confinements of a wall, the settlement unfurls from the banks of Mare Dwalden in long, broad avenues dotted with trees, inviting travelers to stroll down to the water's edge. Town does not feel busy or crowded. Its spacious houses are widely spread among the avenues, and its inhabitants go leisurely about their days.
So it sounds like a town ripe for gossip.
It is
Sounds like a lake resort. It's like going to Banff.
It's exactly. It is very much your sort of like a lovely vacation town. I think there is a mine right near there as well too. Yeah.
They call it a mine.
A mine. Tourmaline. There's a gem mine near there. So that's part of the they don't need to. They don't rely as much on the steelhead trout market that the rest of the guys here do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lex?
Oh, knucklehead trout, not steelhead. Sorry. So yeah, Tourmaline. I mean, you don't know anyone there too, but I think actually isn't Jeff's character from Tourmaline? He's either from Tourmaline or Targos. I thought he was from one of the northern towns on the shores of Mare Dwalden.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Mm.
Well,
Jeff,
Targos is another possibility as well.
Targos is a little more rough than what Tourmaline is.
We're not going to solve the problem of the 10 towns being allies to the dwarves and being able to help with the big picture if we're off fighting battles in the smaller towns. The speaker is in Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we were going there for
I think we go to Bryn Shander. We try to find the best.
purposes. Well, we weren't going to stay there long. We just want to work out what's happening.
Yeah, well, and maybe we can find Devessa Shane and find out what happened in her absence. She's clearly not Luskanite, and
I'm pretty sure they would have driven her out if she stuck around, based on the resistance against her remaining in office.
The question is, would she have gone to Targos because that's the nearest town? But I think going to Tourmaline for a day or two just to get some info.
Let's go straight to Bryn Shander. That was our plan.
We have to then park Ragnar
So,
with.
You guys are about. Remember, you're about here right now.
Okay.
I thought we were a bit closer.
Yeah, sorry. You were positioned before. That was where the edge of the Dwarven Valley is. But you guys made it most of the way. It was about 7 hours into your trip, which would have taken about 11 or 12 hours to reach. Is when you actually reach these guys, and then you spend a couple of hours trying to find a shelter in order to set up your camp. So you're not that far away from Bryn Shander right now.
Let's go to Bryn Shander. Let's find out what's going on there, because that is the head of where the 10 towns is dealt with. And if we have to go to the Evermelt after, then we head out.
Here's one other thing I'm going to give you guys too, is because this is building on what Jeff's character had done before. Where is he here? Brune. So remember, Brune was he's a ranger, I think, as well, and he kept himself outside of town. Brune has like the equivalent of like a hunter's shack somewhere outside of town where he keeps himself. It's only about a day's travel outside of, or half day's travel outside of Bryn Shander. And it's certainly not a palace of any kind, but if you want to hide anyone or yourselves, in a place that is outside of Bryn Shander but not out in the open, he's got it's not it's more than a hunter's blind, but not like a hunting lodge or anything like that.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so you can also take advantage of that as well too. I'm not sure what it will not be big enough to comfortably have all of the elk or the elk tribesmen there, or tribesfolk, I should say. But it sounds like you're letting them carry on until the Dwarven Valley, right?
That'd be the best thing to do. I mean, that's the only safe place they have for them.
I think that if they spread your name as well too, Dane Silverstream will more than happily take these people in. Particularly,
I'll write up a note, since Dane should be familiar with my handwriting, and let him know what happened. We met him on the way, and just send it on with him. And I'm actually going to give them some coin so they can, just buy things that aren't. Give them 20 gold.
They won't take charity from you.
They won't?
No, they won't take. They'll take like stuff to help with it, but they're just not going to carry coin with them.
Oh.
Yeah, they appreciate it, but it's just not.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, the decision then is, if I'm got this right, is that the elk tribesmen or tribesfolk, they're going to carry on to the Dwarven Valley tomorrow, and then you lot will carry on to Bryn Shander.
Yep. Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
And with Rhaegar, and he'll hide in the shack.
You would have to take Rhaegar to the shack and leave him there.
Did you want to do that, guys?
Let him go with the elk to the Dwarven Valley.
Okay. So then,
We don't know what we're actually getting into. If we go into Bryn Shander and end up embroiled in the internal politics or hunting werewolves or rooting out the cult of Aro, like there's so many things that could happen. To have him sitting in a shack waiting for us, that just didn't make sense.
Or you guys could be imprisoned if as you suspect.
Yeah.
That they're waiting. Not to be the bearer of more bad news there, but yeah. Okay, here we go.
There's that too.
What a way to go, huh?
All right, so let me just get this set up here, guys, because something's going to be happening here. Oh, dead.
Got a half hour to build up to a suitable...
Something like that. Let's see. All right, where are you guys? Where are you? There we go.
The dust bag of orange and silver is complete.
Nice, very nice. I was thinking with you last night, Dave. I needed to make use of a different bag for tokens for running Arkham Horror, the card game. You have to use a bag to do to draw tokens to give numbers and stuff like that. So I had to empty out my 5 rings dice, but now my 5 rings dice are safely in the my chainmail dice bag.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh, not store. Actually, I'll take that out when we do the outro as well to show off the current state, because it's looking pretty awesome. Okay.
Decisions.
For your next one?
Yeah. I think I'm going to work on Adam's bags. Purple and silver.
Cool. That's the color. I think that's the colors of Cormyr. Okay, it says here 1, 2, 3. This is once again the with random encounters. Folks listening at home get the pleasure of watching me set up a battle map. So sorry, folks. This is unfortunate. What comes in with the what do you call it? With the boom risk of random encounters, or the prospect of random encounters. Okay, so they're all in their tent. You guys are... You're out, you're in the tent, and you're in the tent. All right. So, Falcarol.
Yes.
This is happening while you are on watch.
Lovely.
So let me get this all set up here. I need to get a fire going here. Okay. And you have a nice warm fire going.
Probably walking around with my quarterstaff, keeping watch.
Yeah. Oop. All right. And that is when... Ooh, Anna is very excited. I'm going to guess that's a dog outside. That is a distinctive panting I hear. All right, now. I think that the fog is starting to come into, but you've got the that fire nice and high. So it's keeping the chill of that at bay.
Yeah, while we're all chatting, Tom was actually walking the circle just to make sure.
Yep. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So here we are. John, would you kind of give me a D10 roll, and you can add your modifier for surprise to that, please?
Okay. Is that the reaction adjustment?
Yes, please.
Okay, so +2.
Okay. So you are sitting in there. You can picture that the... Oh, hold on, Lex. There you go. Let's get Lex back in, and then we'll do it. All right, you back in, Dave? Nope, not yet. Let's see here. Dave, can you hear us again, Dave?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Yeah, we can hear you. All right, so Falcarol, you are... let me see here. Go to the right layer here, objects and tokens. Now, you're... Yes, okay, so you have no dark vision right now because you are in the fire. However, fortunately, your keen senses, you can hear something. You know, this is for your elven heritage. It attunes you to the sounds of the natural surroundings, and when you hear stuff, that is... And I'm actually going to hold on. I'm going to put Lex and... let me bring you to the map, guys. Maybe I should do that first, hey?
Yes.
Boom. There we go, guys. So you can picture it as the camera kind of pans over this. All the Ragged Tribesmen are all crammed into the same tent with Lex and Tom sleeping near the entrance. They're all sleeping quite soundly. You can hear the sound of the fire outside. Falcarol, you're keeping it going and walking your your periphery or whatever, not periphery. You're walking your sentry around this. I'm assuming that asshole is gone right now because you've sent word to the Dwarven Valley. So you've got nothing on the end of your quarterstaff.
Correct.
But then you hear something is moving out there. So let me just do something here.
Get a sense on the direction.
There is something moving here and here and here and here.
That's lovely.
Yep. So what do? You stop and you hear this. Tom and Lex are asleep inside the tent right now.
Falco's gonna step a little bit towards the fire to kind of get his back
Obviously
to
I'm
it.
not sleeping in plate,
And
so I'll probably
yeah,
What-
I'm gonna
bear that in mind for contact. We're not going to be sleeping in plate or heavy armor at all.
Falco's gonna step back, put his back to the fire to the two closest to the south, and plant his quarterstaff and just let out a shrill whistle to warn his
Okay.
allies of danger.
All right. Let me roll surprise for what's coming in here. Let's see if they're dead surprised by it. They did not expect that. So, okay. So you guys would Lex and Tom. Would you guys give me a D10 roll each? You can add +1 to your result, and then if you've got a dexterity modifier, you can add that in as well.
I imagine Falco's whistle is pretty powerful because he uses it to summon his hawk. So
Yeah.
got some good lung support there.
Okay.
Are we talking our reaction adjustment, Kev?
Yes. Yep.
Reaction, so it's actually plus.
Oh, nat 1. Shit. So your modifier is great, but a nat 1 is not going to...
Ooh, both of them got nat ones. I think I surprised them with my whistle too.
Oh, shit. Yes.
What
So
the hell
unfortunately
is that?
for this round, neither Lex nor Tom are going to act. All right, Falcarol, you have an opportunity to do something this round, though. What do you want to do?
Surprise round.
This will be a surprise round, yeah.
So new spell casting. Got it.
It's like, ah, shit.
I'm gonna get into a defensive stance so that anything that rushes me is gonna have a harder time to hit me.
Okay.
He's gonna
That
plant my
works.
feet and start twirling my quarterstaff around.
So the defensive stance, that's only going to benefit you if you're taking that next round as well, too.
I plan on fighting defensively because remember, Falcarol doesn't do melee combat very well. The game has shown me.
I seem to remember something about that.
He's gonna wait till his allies get out here before he.
Okay, I'm just getting my dice roller here ready so I can start rolling some hit points for these things. Okay. All right, so then, guys, Falcor, you got yourself in a defensive stance here. Let us roll some initiative. So, fortunately, Falcor, are you staying where you are?
Yeah, he planted himself. He's just twirling his staff now.
Then let's do this. Falcor, you're the one who's on watch. We're going to start you with rolling initiative. So, oh boy. Falcor, you kindly beat my 10.
I got a 6.
Ooh, okay, nice. So you guys are up. Lex and Tom, you can act this round now. Okay.
My weapon speed's a 1 because I took a two-handed weapon style.
Nice. All right.
We have to use our weapon speed to pick our weapon up, Kev?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to pick up and ready your weapon, that's whatever your weapon speed is.
Oh, yeah.
All
Then
right.
going to be much higher then.
Okay. And remember, you can half of your movement can be spent to you can take an action and still stand up.
Okay.
If you're right, Tom, if you've taken your plate mail off, it's like, yeah, it's not realistic to think of you're going to have time to put it back on again.
No, I mean, I think I did have studded leather on the cart, which I say I've got stored, rather than just selling, so that's going to be...
I mean, give me a minute. Get dressed.
There are no minutes.
I need to look up the... Oh, I haven't got glory and gold on this PC. 'Cause they
What are you
give
looking
me,
for?
how long it is to quickly don.
It's like a minute. Like it's not.
The fight will be over and Falcor will be
yeah,
dead if
okay.
we stop to put on armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just grab my sword and
Okay.
move out.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, looks like we got everyone's actions in there. I'm not until 16. So first up is Falcarol Hawkfriend. What are you doing, Falcarol?
He's stepping a little closer, getting his back as close to the fire as he can.
Yep.
And he's just going to keep twirling that staff defensively.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing this round.
All right. Then it is Tom. You're standing and getting your sword ready.
How long will it be to wear boots? Put boots on.
I'll say it's part of your.
Yeah,
Your
I'm not walking around
move.
in bare feet in this stuff. Okay.
You don't
Definitely,
sleep with your
yeah.
boots on? What?
Why would you take your boots off in the cold?
It's cold out here.
Okay. And then
I'll move to the other end.
no.
of the
You
fire.
unless remember what your action economy is here. If your half of your move is to stand, and then your action
course.
is to get your sword ready. So that's all your actions. Lex, what are you
I'm
doing?
literally
Yeah.
I'm just standing up there.
Yep.
Standing and getting his bow up.
Yep. Okay. Then it is these things' turn. So what comes loping in
The were monsters, I knew it.
Yeah, when you
Is-
start thinking of followers and henchmen and stuff.
an old
Yeah.
friend, guys.
Hmm.
Yeti. So we have the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was running over to Falcaril. We'll be able to attack, but I'll make that action afterwards. Another one comes racing in as well. We've got 2 attack in Falcaril. And then we
Sense
got
of fighting is a -2 to my AC, right?
yes, it does. Yeah. So we got some that are going for the tent.
Holy crap, there's 5 of them.
Nope.
There's 6.
6 of them. Gotta love random encounters. Okay. All right, so they come in.
We'll be leaving you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Wait, we got 18 minutes. I got plenty of time to kill you guys. I mean, for you guys to kill these things. So, here we go. First one comes running in. Falcar, what is your current AC then?
I guess the first attack is going to be a -1. Second attack is going to be a 0.
Okay. First one is -1. Okay. So, all right. So we get -1. Let's see, your first one comes in. Oh, jack dice. Oh, man. I rolled what was kind of a 19, so I'm like, no, it's a jack dice. I'll re-roll it. I re-roll it as a 19. Sorry. So the first one comes in and tags you, Falcarol. You take 4 points of damage. Full DR will apply.
I'm wearing heavy armor.
The second one comes in and tags you. Fucking 1918. I am so sorry. How about I stop rolling those dice right now? You take 3 and 5. And actually, I think this one might squeeze you now because I hit with both. Now, is it that I need to... Oh, only with a nat 20. Okay, so, yeah, 3 damage and 5 damage. DR will apply against both of those as well. And then the last one's not like bears. Bears is when I hit with both, I get to squeeze you. The last one misses you. So you're, fighting defensively back and forth and trying to get out of the way. And one of them, or a couple of them are hitting you with those vicious claws. The others are going to be blindly grabbing in, trying to grab tribesmen. That one does not hit. That one does not hit either. And then grabbing in to try and get you there, Tom. Let's see here. Nope. So, Tom, you can see as you get your sword ready, this huge claw starts reaching in there trying to get at you. It cannot see you, so you're free to move without taking an attack of opportunity. All right, so that is the...
Provoke.
What's that?
Does that provoke?
What does what provoke?
It's groping around inside.
No, it's attacking. Attacking never draws an attack of opportunity.
Of course, true.
Yeah.
Well, thinking
So, I mean, like, unarmed attacks in Pathfinder do, but and 3rd edition, but not this one. Okay, so then, guys, that is the end of round 1. We're on to round 2. John, you're still kicking my ass with initiative here, so
Yep.
would you... Oh, boy. Beat my 1. Come on. Yes! Nice! Outstanding. All right, I'm not acting until a 7, guys. And if you're curious, they are large-sized creatures. So, awesome. We got Falcarol up first. What are you doing, Falcarol?
He spins, pivots, and thrusts out his quarterstaff and tries to kneecap the one to his top left.
Okay, go ahead.
Where is my quarterstaff? Roll to hit.
Let's see AC. Okay.
Eat shit, Yeti. Dang it.
Ugh. Jeez.
What? I rolled a 7.
Do you want to Astonishing Fortune that, or are you...
I think so, yes. We're pretty close to the end. Why not?
Okay. The end. It is close to the end. 6 Yeti.
If you don't hit him, it might be closer to the end.
Oh my god. Not good. Not good. All right. So then that is Falcarel's turn. Then it is Tom. What are you doing, Tom?
So I assume, where are the end? So the tent is that way, so the entrance is in front of me, as effectively.
Yeah, tent is basically, I'm picturing the entrance being on this side here.
Yeah. Okay. Tom,
Okay.
step out and effectively attempt to.
So you see this
Stab.
giant furred thing looming over you.
Well, he's going to sort of step up inside. He's inside its
Yep.
reach, so he's then going to. Bear with me while I find. I'll hit it with a long sword.
Come on.
Come on, Tom.
Nice. Big hit. Yep. Damage against a large-sized creature.
And
Let me roll its hit points. Come on, dice roller. Go. Boom. Okay. Ooh. Not a huge hit, but it, can replace it with something with...
There's
there we go.
D12s for you.
All right. So, here we go. And it takes 7. All right.
yeah, roll a D12. Yeah.
Okay, this is a favored round, so you will have a second attack this round, though. Next up is Lex. What are you doing, Lex?
Lex steps out and to here, and he's going to fire at this one.
Okay,
here.
you're actually moving. It will get an attack of opportunity because you're moving out of its reach from
Okay,
there.
so if I just move to there,
Yep, you're fine now.
that's still okay. Oh, because these have reach,
Yep.
which is why they're not in around top.
No, they don't. Forgive me. No. Ignore me. I'm cheating because they don't have weapons. It's weapons when they have it. Natural attacks do not unless it's a special creature.
I feel slightly more crowded now.
Yeah. So, I had enough movement to get myself into there. It's just that I forgot that it's not like modern games. It's only when they've got weapons that they get the reach. So, Dave, you go ahead and move wherever you want.
Okay, I'll take a -6 to attack this one to not hit Falcro.
Okay, please do. We go. Oh, you want Astonishing Fortune that, or are you going to save that last one for bad turns?
Save it for now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then it is Yeti time. All right, everyone's favorite time of the day, Yeti time. Where?
Question for my benefit: can you still defensive fight and attack, or is it?
Nope.
It's like
If you're defending, you're defending. If you're attacking, you're attacking. You're already assumed to have. You can't do like a defensive attack, take a penalty to hit, and a bonus to your AC, anything like that. Okay, now it is. Okay, first up, we got the Yeti on you there, Falcarel. Your current AC is a -1 for the first attack, -2.
No, I'm not defensive fighting anymore. It's 0 and 1.
0. Okay, so 0.
And then 1.
Okay.
I'm using
Go.
a buff, so.
So the first one is grabbing at you, and you managed to keep it at bay. Second one misses as well, too. And the third one misses as well. So you are managed to keep them all at bay.
Falco does not feel like he should be in melee.
Tom, your current AC is... What's your dexterity bonus again?
1. I think.
1, so you got a...
That would
Eesh.
be the reaction adjustment.
Yep.
So 11.
No, it would be a defensive adjustment, not reaction adjustment.
Defensive adjustment.
2 to the right.
Oh, defensive 2.
It's 2. Okay, so that means
So
your AC is...
-2.
Okay, so that means your AC is an 8 right now. So,
Oh.
all right.
I need to get some social leather pajamas you can sleep in.
Yeah. Those famous dwarven plate mail pajamas. You are hit twice. Yeah, and you have no DR right now, so this is just flat damage. Hey! 11 points of damage.
Protect Tom there, Lex.
And then, let's see here. One of them is going to try and grab... Yep. They've grabbed one ragged tribesman. One of them has grabbed one of them and is dragging off into the darkness. And the other one misses. Still not able to get it. All right. Then second attacks, we got Thomas, and then Lex will have a second volley.
Thomas is going to say, go and get that one that's dragging him, the other person off.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just signing to one of the nurses. Right, so longsword attack.
There we go. Big hit. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Large-sized creature. Excuse me. Whoa. Shit. So you actually kill this thing with your second stroke?
Teach you for hitting them.
Fluff! And you shout out to Lex, save the guy! All right, now put down your... That's one. Yeti down. All right. Lex, your second shot.
Yeah, so can I am half elven. I would have...
It's... No, your vision is spoiled by the campfire.
By the campfire?
Yeah.
Okay. And...
Still see him a little bit.
If you can see him a little bit, then I'll let you... Let's see here.
What are the... I'm looking at the shoot and move rules. Because I've moved 10s...
Oh, you can still move your move. Yeah, like as long as... Are you a fighter or a ranger?
He's a warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move and shoot. So you can still take your... If you haven't taken half your combat move yet, you can feel free to do that.
So that's 20, 30, 40. That gets me clear of those Yeti, and I can shoot at the one there.
Yes, you can. He's a little concealed, so I'm going to adjust his armor class a little bit for that, but go ahead.
He's not in melee, though?
He is in melee, yeah, because he's dragging the...
Is it a grapple penalty, or is it a -3 to fight into melee?
It's the chance of hitting him. If you roll 1, 2, 3, you're not taking a penalty to firing into melee. That is a hit.
Okay.
Good enough. Okay, we'll go ahead and roll damage. Let me check what the hit points of this thing is. Let's see here. All right. I'll replace him with one here. Alrighty. And 4 damage. Not a huge amount, but, you know. Not nothing. Then we are at the end of the round, guys. So we're on to round 3. Here we go. Boom. John, you're still... Oh, you tied me last time with a 101. So here we go. Everyone decide what you're doing for the round. And then, John, would you kindly beat my 6?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yetis are acting on a 12.
Still going before them.
Okay. All right, so we got Falcaril and... oh, wait, Falcaril's in there twice.
Oh,
he really wants to act.
Yeah,
So, Falcaril, you're up on a 10 first. What are you doing?
okay, another quarterstaff at the guy. Hopefully this one will hit.
Come
Teach him
on.
to mess with me.
Nat 20 will do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Eat damage.
Come on. 9. Pretty good.
Crack.
Oh! Howls out in pain. Then we have Yeti on a 12. All right, so I got the one in the tent that's trying to grab someone. Nope, miss again. I got a bunch on Falcaril. Falcaril, first one. 2 big claws coming down. Both are misses. Second one, big claws coming down. That's Jack Dice. That is also 2 misses. Third one, here's where it comes home.
I love my dwarven armor.
We got 1 hit. That is 4 points of damage DR will apply.
I love my dwarven armor.
That's... Then I've got the one that actually grabbed that tribesman. It is pissed off and still quite, you know, pugnacious, so it drops that ragged tribesman and runs over to you, Lex. What is your AC right now, Lex?
Studded plus dex 4.
I have... Where are we here? I have Lex at a 3 right now.
You have a buckler, don't you?
No, I don't have a buckler. I normally use banded, which gives me 0, but at night I switch to studded leather.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. That means I got 1 hit on you. You take 5 points of damage. DR will apply. Now, Tom and Lex, your guys' turn. What are you doing?
I had my bow out, can I just draw my sword and attack?
Yes, you can. Yep. You do that bow in one hand, longsword in the other. I believe we call that the ranger style.
Yeah, fighting ranger style.
Yeah. Okay. And then, Tom, you'll have your attack as well, too. Oh, you swing your sword. This thing's just thrown you off balance so you don't connect. Tom, what are you doing this round? Oh, you're muted, Mo.
Sorry, can someone else run me for a second? We're discussing my evening medication.
Oh, of course, yeah. Who wants to control Mo?
I'm going to go after the one that's grabbing people out of the tent.
Okay, so he just shifts over there.
I'll just mute myself for a bit.
Sure, yeah,
Right.
sounds good. Okay.
I think you're the only one access to a sheet, so you'd have to roll for it.
Oh, okay, so here, let me make a roll for you. All right. Killing my own monsters here. This is going to be terrible. What a tragedy.
Great. This is great.
What a tragedy. Let's see if my dice rolling carries over here. All right, so he's got his longsword, no modifier from strength, modifier from dex, no miscellaneous modifier. An AC 7 is a big fat mess.
Dang.
Dang indeed. Okay, then that is, we have second, nope, no one's got second volleys. I think we're at the end of the round, guys.
Is it
So-
favored? Was this an even round?
Nope, this is round 3. We're now on to round 4. All right, John, you're still winning initiative, so...
I lost this one.
Oh, you lost. All right, so Dave, let's have you roll initiative. Dave, everyone decide what you're doing and beat my 5, please. 6. Shoot. Shoot. I'm acting on an 11 with my Yeti. Okay, and then Tom, looks like his weapon speed is a 6, so he'll be on a 12. So, Falcarel, you're up first.
Great. It's going to be same as before. I'm going to keep bashing with my quarterstaff.
Okay, please do.
Calling out Solinar's name to guide my strikes.
Okay. Oh, that's awful.
It's supposed to be in melee, minion.
Oh, shit.
Melee.
This looks like Solinar is going on strike.
Yeah, really.
I'm
Lex,
asking for help, damn it.
you're up next, Lex.
You.
Lex is going to swing the longsword.
That's a big hit.
Back for a bit.
It's a large-sized creature. Holy smokes.
Eat shit.
That is awesome. All right. Big hit on this thing. It is not happy with the injury it took. I'm actually going to see if it'll just go for that racing back for the tribesman. Let's see here. Morale. Big fat fill on the morale. Okay. Then, in fact, actually, Lex, you're going to get an attack of opportunity here in a moment. So, Lex, you get an attack of opportunity as this thing just tries to run away. I failed my morale save so badly that it's not going to withdraw. Go ahead and make one more attack here. Ugh, swings. So it goes racing over. Let's see if it can grab that ragged tribesman. No, a 2 won't do it. The tribesman is trying to make his way back to the tent. We got the 1... Oh, you got 3 that are engaged with Lex. Let's see here, Lex. First one. 1 hit. You're tagged by... Oh, for 6 points of damage, DR applies.
That, you mean Falcarel?
Falcarel, sorry, not Lex. Then second one misses with both claws, and the third one misses with both claws as well. And then for Tom, this one turns to Tom, is sick of grabbing shit out of there, and nails him with 2 attacks. Tom, you take 6 points of damage. DR will apply. But you got no DR right now. So you take 6 more as this thing now brings its fury out on you. Then it is Tom's turn. Tom, you want to bring the pain to that Yeti?
Yep.
Please do. Let's Getty that Yeti.
Yes.
Nice. Very big hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I'll replace him with someone with, there we go. A hit
14.
bar. 14 damage. Holy shit. Hold on here. Let's see here. Come on. Let's check his hit points. You kill it. I did not roll in one soul. So that's 2. I think you've attacked 4 times and you've killed 2 Yeti in the course of those 4 attacks. This is a favored round, Tom. So if you want to shift, you're the last one attacking. And I think you're the only one. Lex, you attacked with melee. So Tom, you're the only one with the other attack.
That one off to the... We killed the one that was carrying away the guy.
Lex attacked him. He dropped the guy. Then Lex really hurt him, and then he went racing over to try and grab that fallen ragged tribesman, but the ragged tribesman's running back to the tent now.
Oh yeah.
Help Falkrill.
Well, no, if he's still in range, Tom should go kill the Yeti. We don't want these things surviving.
No, I was really trying to set up flanking with them.
I'm an archer. Help Falkrill.
That's true.
That's what Lex is yelling. You've got 3 of them on you, and there's a wounded guy that's running away.
Okay.
Move to there. Is that flanking?
If you go one more, I'll give you flanking.
All right.
Yep.
Is that risk an attack of opportunity?
No. Because you're moving along while you're being engaged. It's when you're moving from... Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Go ahead and make an attack roll, please. You do get the bonus of flanking, so its AC is going to be even lower. Come on. Thomas, Yeti, Bane. That is not a hit.
We got 1 point left. You want to spend it?
What do you think, guys?
Sure.
Here we go. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a
Okay,
hit.
that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And I got to make a morale check for all my Yeti as well.
I was. Ooh, 12 damage.
Holy smokes. Okay, and then let's check its hit points here. Okay, it is still around. We're having one more round of fighting here, guys. Paste that sucker there.
Glad I
Okay.
played the role of the tank. That was good. I did almost no damage, but hey, I'm satisfied.
Wowzers. There we go. All right, guys. So then, I'll get rid of that other Yeti. It is Dave. You won initiative. No, you lost the initiative last time.
I lost by 1.
Mo, you're going to be taking up initiative duties here. So everyone decide what you're doing for the round, and then Mo. Oh, Mo, would you beat my 1?
Okay.
There we go. Come on. Big money. Here it comes.
Still coming.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we were just doing my last round of my rather large collection of pills.
Sure.
Right. I'm good.
So just a D10 roll, please. You're on initiative right now, Mo. Let's see. Nice! Excellent. All right. So I'm not acting until a 7. Excellent. Falcaro, you were up first. What are you doing?
Seeing that Tom's coming over and nailing the guy in the back, Freckle shifts his attention and attacks the same guy.
Okay. Let's see. As it's going, turns itself around.
One, Solinar, why?
That ain't good. Okay.
I'll give you a flanking bonus, though.
Tom, you go right ahead. This is round 5 now. Okay, so Tom, let's see here. Big hit. Come on. Hit this sucker. Nice. Yep, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Large-sized creature. And let's see. Come on. It's another one dead. Sheepers. Okay.
Falco, did he swung for it, just clipped its knee just right, and it twisted, and Tom just...
I loosened it. All right. Then it is Yeti's turn. This Yeti has decided to go and find something easier to eat.
Is that on 7?
That is on 1, actually.
Okay.
And then they're on a 7. So it's simultaneous with Lex. What are you doing? They got 2 more that are still interested in trying to eat Falcarel.
I was going to shoot the one that was running away, but I know they're...
Yeah, it would actually act on a 1.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, don't worry about hitting me. Just take these guys out.
You know what, Dave? What you could do is if you step outside of the fire, you could likely see that thing then with your night vision.
Yeah. I'm half elven infravision. vision.
Yeah. Yep. So watch. I've just turned it off because you are in the fire. But there you go. That's how much you can see Lex.
Oh, yeah, I can see him.
Yep. Go make your attack. That's a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, and then it is the 2 that are fighting Falcarel. Come on, here we go. One of them, 1 big hit for you, Falcarel. You take another, only 1 point of damage. I think DR stops that. Thankful for the dwarven armor.
This
And
armor.
Another one hits you. Let's see here. It is 6 points of damage. Full DR will apply. All right. Then it is it's a non-favored round. This will be the last round, guys. I know we're at our quit time here, so we'll.
I'm good.
This is our final one here, and let's see here. Mo, is Mo still dominating initiative? Mo, would you kindly?
Lex gets another shot.
Oh yeah, let's get to a second shot. Yeah, go ahead. Hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Kill him.
Come on.
Oh.
You hit it in the lower back. It howls a bit, but it keeps going. All right, so then Mo, beat my 7, please. Let's see.
Oh.
Yes, nice. So you guys are acting on a, or rather, I am acting on a 13. My one Yeti is running away on a 7. All right. Now, let's see here. I need to make a percentile roll because these things they are very, very hard to see in the snow. Success. Okay, so Dave, unfortunately, this thing just vanishes into the snow. They can camouflage themselves so effectively in the snow. But you would know that when you're taking your action. So, Falcarol, you're up next on a 3.
Kneecap. Nope. See? Told you.
Nope.
I am a warrior and I can't hit anything in melee.
Solinar's telling you something. That's what happens when you pray to an archery god. Then on a 8, we have both Lex and Tom. What are you guys doing?
Pew.
Yeah. Ooh, nice shot. Oh,
Yep, big hit.
Stop taking the -6. Hit me. I don't care.
That's okay. I'm taking the -6. Still got an AC 1.
Yep, hit. Go ahead. Which one were you shooting there, Lex? The injured one or that one? Okay.
No, that one there.
That one there? Okay. Let's see here. See how many hit points it's got. Oof. This is a smaller one. It definitely does not have nearly as many hit dice as that larger one next to it. So let me sync here. Let's sync. And you did 4 points of damage. Okay. There we are. Then we have Tom. What are you doing, Tom? You're getting a flanking bonus there too?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack roll. Here we go. This Ragged Tribesman runs back into the camp. That's a big hit.
Yeti going down.
Go ahead, roll damage. Large-sized creature. Ooh. Oh. Another one down. Tom Yeti Bane continues to earn his name. And Lex, you've already shot this round. Okay, so then we're last Yeti, which is still furiously trying to batter on this dwarven armor. Let's see here. We get no hits. Wow. Once again, that dwarven armor keeps you safe, Falcarel. Tom, you have your second attack.
But I've used all my move, I think.
Oh, have you? Shoot. Okay. Then let's give me. I don't think you guys are going to be able to. I don't think this thing's going to be able to survive another round. Why don't you guys give me a cool description of how this thing goes down?
Okay.
Lex had another attack, and it didn't do a whole lot of damage. So.
Didn't do. Okay.
Falcarel, he's going to say.
I'll just step up behind it.
Yeah.
Falcarel, he's.
Falcarel kneecap it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Falcarel's
And
so
then
pissed off.
Falcarel can just bash it in the head.
No, Falcarel's just going to say, "God damn it," and throw his staff back, walk back, pull out his bow, and probably get slashed for it, and just 2 arrows right in his face.
Okay. Here, let's see if he gets hit. You do get hit once for your troubles. You take 6 points of damage. DR applies,
Sure,
but you
no,
kill it. All right, so that is down. All right, guys. Then let's quickly do we'll end the session there, and let's get some XP awarded here. Let me turn your.
We learned a lot of really cool things today.
You
Yeah.
really did, yeah.
And I'm going to patch up everybody probably next session, because I actually probably roll it now so we can start next session fresh with spells.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm going to dump.
All right, so guys, those of you who are fighters in the group, which I think is everybody, at least some point, you guys defeated 24 hit dice worth of adversaries today. So congrats on that. Yeah, you did learn an awful lot today too. That was cool.
How many hit die again? I was
24, 24.
4 times Okay.
Okay. And because there's only, wow, 1, 2, 3, 3 of you today. Wowzers. Guys, you guys are, how many, no Astonishing Fortune left?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think there's any, I'm trying to think what else I think that's it for what's happened so far today. So that means you guys are each walking away with 840 XP today.
Plus 840 by 2. Oh man, that's I might ding right there.
Nice.
Let's see. Ranger dings.
Nice.
Dings. I ding in both.
Excellent. Go ahead and give us hit dice rolls.
Okay. Tom, I healed you for 9. I'll give you. Yeah. So 2d10 for Ranger.
Ooh.
My first low roll, and then 2d8. 2d8 for special defeat.
Okay. 5. All right. So that's 3, 4 in total you gain.
And a con bonus.
Yep.
4, and I get a +1 from con. So 5 hit points.
Yeah, I think you applied the Thomas roll.
That's only if he does that, if he rolls less than half for a second level. I don't think
I rolled very well for
all right.
For most of my levels.
Yeah.
So.
Yeesh. All right. Well, that's what comes sometimes. So, but remember to lower your THAC0 by 1 as well, too, if you gain another level in Ranger. Excellent. So then, guys, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us you make some odd friends. Yeah, yes, we do. Thank you so much for joining us for session 28 of our Legacy of the Crystal Shard quarantine campaign, as is always the case. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the session, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of this video. I managed to get caught up on all my comments last night, so I am ready to respond again. In addition, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, which is you're welcome to join us on. And we have channels dedicated to this campaign, this game, and every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other cool things like finding a group or setting up virtual tabletops or things like that. So lots of great stuff that you can find there too. And while you're down there, I'd ask you to consider clicking on subscribe and clicking the bell icon so you know that when you'll know when we have sessions every week. I also post the schedule for the Dungeon Musings channel on the Dungeon Musings community tab every Sunday night, as well as on Twitter and on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. If you enjoyed the session, clicking on a thumbs up or a like will help us do the things we do at home. Which is to say, helps us to supply our players. So far, what we've done is we've used our meager earnings from ad revenue, from Patreon and whatnot, to say thank you to all of our players in these campaigns by giving them a copy of the 89 version of the Player's Handbook. So thank you so much for that. We got some other plans that while the quarantine has unfortunately, or the current pandemic has interfered with that to a degree, we do have some other plans cooking. So thank you so much for that. In addition, we have from now until September 1st, 2020, we have our charity raffle going on. The charity raffle benefits the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which itself benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a charity that's active in over 130 countries, providing supportive living environments for over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. It's a really amazing organization. You can learn all about by following the link to Heroes Save Villages in the description of this video. And you can find a way of entering the raffle, too. The way you enter the raffle is for every $25 that you donate, and that's $25 Canadian, you get one chance to win our grand prize or one of our other very cool prizes. The grand prize is a copy of Beadle and Grimm's amazing, right there, Eberron Rising from the Last War box set. It's really, really beautiful thing that has all the contents of Eberron Rising from the Last War, the book from Wizards of the Coast, as well as a bunch of extra material, some amazing handouts, maps, cool accessories like a Featherfall token, monster cards. It's just a beautiful, beautiful product, and it's the closest thing to an old school like box set campaign setting that I've seen since, that's been produced at least by them. In addition, if you don't win that, you still have a chance to win some other very cool prizes, including 2 copies of the Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea core rulebook. There is from... Oh, hi, sweetie. There's a dog that's coming in here. She's not a prize. Well, she's a peach and a prize, but she is not going to be a prize for that. We also have, from our very own Dave, he has donated, our resident armorsmith, a chainmail dice bag as a prize as well, too, which is amazing. This is keeping my Legend of the Five Rings and Alien dice safe right now. There is also some prizes from our, from our Redbubble shop, some t-shirts, some posters, and maps. There's a Skittermander dice bag. There's some cool OSR zines. There's a copy of the Emmy award-winning The Monsters Know What They're Doing by Keith Amon. So there's some really great prizes, and the best thing is that all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International to help them help the kids who benefit from it. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to a middleman. It all just goes to help those kids. So you get a chance to win some amazing gaming stuff and to help out some kids. Last thing I'll say is a big, big thank you to our players from today. So Mo and Dave and John, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. We've been down a couple of players the last couple of sessions, but I think what we have lacked in players, we have made up for in what's been happening, because
this is great. It's
been an eventful couple of days. So
yeah,
we will be back in the Icewind Dale in 1 week's time, so we'll be back next Sunday. And speaking of charities, we actually have next Saturday, we have a very special charity one-shot for our very own Armorsmith here, where we'll be playing Modiphius's Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. So we got a special one-shot for Conan coming up next weekend, which will be a lot of fun. There's Dave with his copy of Conan, unsurprisingly, and Dave made a very generous donation at the beginning of the year to Hero Save Villages to make this session possible. So you will see us back playing that, as well as this game and then every other game we run on the channel in the next week. So once again, if you're joining us live or during the current pandemic crisis, we do hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we've given you an opportunity to take your mind off of the troubles of the world and think of the troubles our heroes continue to get themselves into. And until we see you again, happy gaming.